Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
And ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest
Welcome
farmer-owned
back to the
cooperative in the
Schlachter
country.
Lumber Press
So
Box.
farmers
Schlachter
own the
Lumber,
system they
serving
count
the
on,
area
with
since
advantages at every step.
1888.
From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Potter County Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan and is focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box.
Do you have a pest problem?
Lumber,
Got
serving
bats,
the area
ants,
since
termites?
1888.
Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa.
Welcome
Utilizing
back to the
brilliant
Schlachter
methods
Lumber Press
such as
Box.
Centricon
Schlachter
bait
Lumber,
stations for
serving the area
termites
since
and Vicane treatment for
1888.
bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber,
Agriculture
serving the
is
area
like
since
no other business,
1888.
which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice
Welcome
in
back
how
to the
we work,
Schlachter Lumber Press Box.
stake in what we
Schlachter
do,
Lumber, serving the area
and
since
share in our success.
1888.
Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Most people don't think
Welcome
about their
back to
furnace
the Schlachter
until it's not
Lumber
working.
Press Box.
But we do.
Schlachter Lumber,
At Pipe
serving
Service
the area
Experts, we are
since
trained to see what others
1888.
miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more
Welcome
than
back
just a
to the
toolbox.
Schlachter
Our
Lumber
certified
Press Box.
technicians
Schlachter
will get your
Lumber,
system
serving
running
the
at peak
area
condition.
since
Call Pipe
1888.
Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get
Welcome
too much
back
to bear,
the Schlachter
finding
Lumber
the
Press
resiliency
Box.
within us
Schlachter
can
Lumber,
help us find
serving
healing.
the area since
The 988
1888.
Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local
Welcome back to
resources
the
that
Schlachter
uphold
Lumber
cultural
Press
values
Box.
and
Schlachter
pave the
Lumber,
way to
serving
healing.
the area since 1888.
Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg is your ultimate pit stop for
Welcome
snacking
back
and
to the
fueling
Schlachter
before hitting the
Lumber
road.
Press
We
Box.
offer
Schlachter
mouth-watering
Lumber,
hot stuff
serving the
pizza,
area
delicious
since
burgers,
1888.
crispy chicken, savory potatoes, and year-round soft-serve ice cream. Quench your thirst with our diverse beverage selection. As proud sponsors of Hoven Greyhound Athletic and Events,
Welcome
we're deeply
back to the
connected to our
Schlachter
community.
Lumber
Stay
Press Box.
updated on
Schlachter
Facebook
Lumber,
for promotions
serving
and
the area
offerings.
since
Swing by
1888.
JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg to make your pit stop unforgettable. We're excited to serve you.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888. Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box.
When the world feels
Schlachter
big,
Lumber,
a
serving
small
the area
note can mean
since
everything.
1888.
Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Luce, Lucy, and Wreck Funeral Homes are your family-owned businesses
Welcome back to
ready
the
to help you
Schlachter
in
Lumber
your
Press
time of
Box.
need.
Schlachter
With
Lumber,
businesses
serving
in
the area
Gettysburg,
since
Fulton,
1888.
Miller, Highmore, and they service Cheyenne River Reservation. Mandy and Tiffany are there to answer any questions and help you along. Luce, Lucy,
Welcome back
and Wreck
to the
Funeral
Schlachter
Homes
Lumber
proudly
Press
support
Box.
all local
Schlachter
sports
Lumber,
and
serving the area
activities.
since 1888.
Hi, this is Kay from Plains Commerce Bank. In Hoven, sports bring us together from the opening whistle to the final play.
Welcome
That's
back
why
to the
we're proud to
Schlachter
support the
Lumber
Hoven
Press Box.
Greyhounds. For
Schlachter
us,
Lumber,
banking has
serving the
never
area
been just
since
about numbers.
1888.
It's about people, your families, your goals, and your hometown. We're rooted in relationships because that's how we believe banking should be. We're honored to be part of the Greyhound tradition. Plains
Welcome
Commerce
back
Bank,
to the
where
Schlachter
relationships
Lumber
matter.
Press Box.
Member
Schlachter
FDIC.
Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your
Welcome back
knowledge,
to the
increasing your
Schlachter
risk
Lumber
of
Press
overdose.
Box.
Protect
Schlachter
yourself and your
Lumber,
loved
serving
ones and
the
avoid
area
unknown
since
substances.
1888.
Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message
Welcome
was
back
brought
to
to
the
you by the Great
Schlachter
Plains
Lumber
Tribal
Press
Opioid
Box.
Response.
Schlachter Lumber,
so
serving
that
the
people
area since
may live.
1888. Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888. Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg is your ultimate pit stop for snacking and fueling before hitting the road. We offer mouth-watering hot stuffed pizza, delicious burgers, crispy chicken, savory potatoes, and year-round soft-serve ice cream. Quench your thirst with our diverse beverage selection. As proud sponsors of Hoven Greyhound Athletic and events, we're deeply connected to our community. Stay updated on Facebook for promotions and offerings. Swing by JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg to make your pit stop unforgettable. We're excited to serve you.
Schlachter Lumber, serving the area
Welcome to
since
Bowie Foods at
1888.
Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store.
Welcome back
You'll
to the
find
Schlachter
everything you need
Lumber
for your
Press
family.
Box.
You'll
Schlachter
save
Lumber,
money,
serving
and I
the area
promise
since
you're going to
1888.
enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family
Welcome
owned.
back to the
Bowie
Schlachter
Foods.
Lumber Press Box. Schlachter
Out
Lumber,
here, you'll
serving
learn
the
that to
area
keep growing,
since
you have to keep
1888.
changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the
Welcome
country.
back to the Schlachter
So farmers
Lumber
own
Press
the
Box.
system they count
Schlachter
on,
Lumber,
with
serving
advantages
the
at every
area
step.
since
From
1888.
innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box.
Best of luck in
Schlachter
today's
Lumber,
competition
serving
to the
area
Potter
since
County Battlers from
1888.
Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan and is focused on products and practices that work in this region. As
Welcome
community
back to the
members
Schlachter
themselves,
Lumber
Tyler,
Press Box.
Tice,
Schlachter
and Austin
Lumber,
support
serving the
area
area
students who
since
work hard in their
1888.
school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Welcome back to the
Do you have a
Schlachter
pest
Lumber
problem?
Press Box.
Got
Schlachter
bats,
Lumber,
ants,
serving
termites?
the area since 1888.
Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years' experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant
Welcome
methods
back to the
such
Schlachter
as
Lumber
Centricon
Press
bait
Box.
stations for
Schlachter
termites
Lumber, serving
and
the
Viking
area
treatment for
since
bed bugs.
1888.
There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box.
Agriculture
Schlachter
is
Lumber,
like no
serving
other
the area
business,
since 1888.
which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work.
Welcome back to the
stake
Schlachter
in
Lumber
what we
Press
do,
Box. Schlachter Lumber,
and share
serving the
in our
area
success.
since 1888.
Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Most people don't think about their furnace
Welcome
until it's
back
not
to the
working.
Schlachter
But we
Lumber
do.
Press
At
Box.
Pite Service
Schlachter Lumber,
Experts, we are
serving
trained
the
to see
area
what others
since
miss.
1888.
Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox.
Welcome back
Our
to the
certified
Schlachter
technicians
Lumber
will get your
Press
system
Box.
running
Schlachter
at peak
Lumber,
condition.
serving the area
Call Pines
since
Service Experts for our
1888.
special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear,
Welcome
finding
back
the
to the
resiliency
Schlachter
within us
Lumber Press
can help
Box.
us find healing.
Schlachter Lumber, serving
The
the area
988
since
Suicide and Crisis
1888.
Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that
Welcome
uphold
back to the
cultural values
Schlachter Lumber
and pave
Press
the way
Box.
to healing.
Schlachter Lumber, serving the
Find
area
the strength
since
within you.
1888.
Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg is your ultimate pit stop for snacking and fueling
Welcome
before
back
hitting
to
the
the
road.
Schlachter
We offer
Lumber
mouth-watering
Press
hot
Box.
stuffed
Schlachter
pizza,
Lumber,
delicious
serving the
burgers,
area
crispy
since
chicken,
1888.
savory potatoes, and year-round soft-serve ice cream. Quench your thirst with our diverse beverage selection. As proud sponsors of Hoven Greyhound Athletic and events, we're deeply connected to our
Welcome
community.
back to the
Stay
Schlachter
updated
Lumber
on
Press
Facebook for
Box.
promotions and
Schlachter
offerings.
Lumber, serving
Swing
the
by
area
JT's
since
Quick Stop in Gettysburg
1888.
to make your pit stop unforgettable. We're excited to serve you.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888. Welcome back to the Schlachter
When the world
Lumber
feels
Press
big,
Box.
a
Schlachter
small note
Lumber,
can mean
serving
everything.
the area since
Find mental health support
1888.
at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Luce, Lucy, and Wreck Funeral Homes are your family-owned businesses ready to help
Welcome
you
back
in
to
your
the
time of
Schlachter
need.
Lumber Press
With
Box.
businesses
Schlachter
in
Lumber,
Gettysburg,
serving the
Fulton,
area since
Miller, Highmore,
1888.
and they service Cheyenne River Reservation. Mandy and Tiffany are there to answer any questions and help you along. Luce, Lucy, and Wreck Funeral
Welcome
Homes
back to
proudly
the
support
Schlachter
all
Lumber
local sports
Press Box.
and
Schlachter
activities.
Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Hi, this is Kay from Plains Commerce Bank. In Hoven, sports bring us together from the opening whistle to the final play. That's why we're proud
Welcome
to
back
support
to
the
the
Hoven
Schlachter
Greyhounds.
Lumber
For us,
Press Box.
banking has
Schlachter
never
Lumber,
been just
serving
about
the area
numbers.
since
It's about people,
1888.
your families, your goals, and your hometown. We're rooted in relationships because that's how we believe banking should be. We're honored to be part of the Greyhound tradition. Plains Commerce Bank, where
Welcome back
relationships
to the
matter.
Schlachter
Member
Lumber
FDIC.
Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing
Welcome
your
back
risk
to
of
the
overdose.
Schlachter
Protect
Lumber
yourself
Press
and your
Box.
loved ones and
Schlachter
avoid
Lumber,
unknown
serving
substances.
the area since
Stay informed,
1888.
stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the
Welcome
Great
back
Plains
to the
Tribal
Schlachter
Opioid
Lumber
Response,
Press Box.
so that the
Schlachter
people
Lumber, serving
may
the
live.
area since 1888. Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888. Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area
JT's
since
Quick Stop in
1888.
Gettysburg is your ultimate pit stop for snacking and fueling before hitting the road. We offer mouth-watering hot stuffed pizza, delicious burgers, crispy chicken, savory potatoes, and year-round
Welcome back
soft-serve
to the
ice cream.
Schlachter Lumber
Quench your
Press
thirst
Box.
with our diverse
Schlachter
beverage
Lumber, serving
selection.
the area
As proud
since
sponsors of
1888.
Hoven Greyhound Athletic and events, we're deeply connected to our community. Stay updated on Facebook for promotions and offerings. Swing by JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg to make your pit stop unforgettable.
Welcome back to
We're
the
excited to
Schlachter
serve
Lumber
you.
Press Box. Schlachter
Welcome
Lumber,
to Bowie
serving the
Foods
area
at Al's
since
Oasis Plaza.
1888.
My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find
Welcome
everything
back
you need
to
for
the
your family.
Schlachter
You'll
Lumber
save
Press
money,
Box.
and I
Schlachter Lumber,
promise
serving the
you're going to
area
enjoy
since
your grocery shopping
1888.
experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned,
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber
Out
Press
here,
Box.
you learn that to
Schlachter
keep
Lumber,
growing,
serving
you
the
have to
area
keep
since
changing.
1888.
CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country.
Welcome
farmers
back to the
own
Schlachter
system they
Lumber
count on,
Press
with
Box.
advantages
Schlachter
at every
Lumber,
step.
serving the area
From innovative
since
tools that help crops
1888.
grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Welcome back to the Schlachter
Best of
Lumber
luck in
Press
today's
Box.
competition to
Schlachter
the
Lumber,
Potter County
serving the
Battlers
area
from
since
Black Sheep
1888.
Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan and is focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves,
back to the
Tyler,
Schlachter
Tice,
Lumber
and
Press
Austin
Box.
support
Schlachter
area
Lumber,
students who
serving
work
the
hard
area
in their
since
school and
1888.
extracurricular activities. Good luck, battlers, from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Do you have
Welcome
a
back
pest
to the
problem?
Schlachter
Got
Lumber
bats,
Press Box.
ants,
Schlachter
termites?
Lumber, serving the area
Family owned and
since
operated,
1888.
Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years' experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such
Welcome
as
back to the
Centricon bait
Schlachter
stations for
Lumber Press
termites
Box.
and
Schlachter
Vicane
Lumber,
treatment for
serving
bed
the
bugs.
area since
There's no pest too
1888.
tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Schlachter
Agriculture
Lumber Press
is like
Box.
no other
Schlachter Lumber,
business,
serving the area
which
since
makes Farm Credit
1888.
Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work. A
Welcome
stake
back to
in
the
what we do,
Schlachter Lumber Press Box.
and share
Schlachter
in our
Lumber,
success.
serving the area since
Discover a lender
1888.
that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Good evening, everybody. Mike Howard here with you, bringing you some Greyhound volleyball this evening as we begin to wrap up the home season for the Lady Greyhounds. We have a couple games tonight against the visiting Strasburg-Zeeland Clippers, and then tomorrow evening the Lady Greyhounds will be welcoming North Central in for a junior varsity match, and that'll wrap up the home schedule here. So getting down towards the end of the season, and it's been a good one for Coach Roush and Coaches Stecker and Knipling. The girls have compiled a record if you take out tournaments 6-3, and they've come off a string of some consecutive wins going back to last week. They went up to Harriet and notched a couple wins up there. The week before last time we were here was a very exciting match against Ipswich in which the Lady Greyhounds had fallen behind early in that game, dropping the first set and then came back to win the next two to win the match. So great volleyball action last time we were here at the Purple Palace, so hoping for more of the same tonight. Okay. Just a couple other announcements, updates as far as other Greyhound activities go. Starting to wrap some things up. The marching band has completed its season after a second place finish at the Lake Region contest up in Groton a couple weeks ago. The Greyhound football team, the boys, wrapped up their season after a loss to Sunshine Bible a week ago this past Friday. And unfortunately, due to some injuries in that game, we're not able to finish their season. The last game that was on the schedule a week ago today, which was supposed to be in Northwestern. So congratulations to Coach Frickson and the boys on a successful season, and one that we hope to see progress in the future down the road. Cross-country team had regions last week and a good showing for the two runners. Danica Kaup finished second in the girls JV race, and that is good enough to qualify her for the state meet coming up this Saturday. That's going to be in Huron. And Alex Luter, the one male runner on the team, ran junior varsity and finished 5th place. So that will complete his season as he does not qualify for the state meet. But again, I think 5 or 6 personal records this season for Alex as a freshman, so definitely promising things down the road for him. And so, yeah, kind of a bittersweet time of year as we start to wrap things up, but certainly not really knowing exactly what the fall season was going to look like. It sure has been a lot of fun watching these contests to see, middle school athletes from 4th and 5th grade all the way up to juniors and seniors playing side by side in some cases, and just really making good progress, and just seems like they're having fun. They enjoy the time with their teammates, their coaches, and so it's really been a lot of fun to watch along the way. Okay. Tonight is also going to be Parents' Night, so in between our games this evening, we will be taking some time to recognize the parents, guardians for our athletes. We did that for football a few weeks ago in a game against Loyola Frederick, so you might have seen that or remember that. And so tonight will be a chance to recognize the parents and families for our volleyball athletes as well as our cross-country runners. And it is a huge commitment, and so many of you know that. When you have children, athletes who are in sports, it's practices and contests, games, meets, but it's the off-season stuff too, the workouts, the camps, the open gyms, and so it is a big commitment, and certainly for a small town, we're fortunate and blessed to have a very large segment of our community, whether they have kids in school or not, that support these athletes. And so it is a pleasure tonight to recognize those families. So we'll be doing that in between games. Okay, we're about 2 minutes away from getting started with our middle school contest, and our young middle schoolers are still looking for the first win on the season, and just that level of consistency, especially on the return, trying to cut down on the number of aces from the opposing team. And it seems once they can do that, it seems like they can really hold their own pretty well. So I don't have starting lineups, but I'll just take a minute and read you the names here for the middle school athletes. It is going to be a 4th grader, number 1, Mayla Beng. She's the daughter of Eric and Elizabeth Bengs. Number 4, Aubrey Stecker, unfortunately, is dealing with some illness the last week or so, and she's not going to be able to play tonight. And so we certainly wish Aubrey well, and quick recovery for her so she can be back and active and competing along with her teammates. She is the daughter of Jeremy and Chantel Stecker, along with her sister Kenzie Stecker, who is a 6th grader, both on the middle school team. We have number 6, Tanae Kaiser, a 7th grader. She's the daughter of Jeremy and Jennifer Kaiser. Emma Huber, number 8, 6th grader. She's the daughter of Jesse and Amber Huber. Number 9, Raina Schwartz, 5th grader, daughter of Tyler Schwartz and Sarah Rose. And Delaney Kaup, a 5th grader, number 19. She is the daughter of Shannon and Tani Kaup. And so those will be the ones that are only playing middle school. We do see a couple of the other athletes out there too. We have Kia Cronin, number 11, a 7th grader, daughter of Rob and Deb Litzen. And who else do I see out there? We have April Kaiser out there. She's a 7th grader, daughter of Mikey and Amanda Kaiser. And I think that's it for our first game here. So we'll recognize our other starters here once we get ready for our JV game. Okay. And for the coaches for Lady Greyhounds, the head coach is going to be Wendy Rausch. She'll be head on the bench there for the JV game. For this first game, it is going to be Chantel Stecker and Maya Knipling. Maya Knipling is going to be doing some line judging here, so she'll be called into duty for that. So Coach Stecker will be in charge here, calling the shots for the middle school game here to get us started this evening. And we are just about ready for our first contest, middle school, between the Lady Greyhounds and the visiting Lady Clippers. And I don't have my partner just yet. Jordan Heimiller has been doing these games with us this year. He's on his way in, so hopefully Jordan can join us here pretty soon. Got Christian Collins running the camera for us, and Skylar Sorensen's been running the computer. He can't make it this evening, so I'm kind of pulling double duty on that. So my apologies if I'm a little bit slow on some of the commentary, and I'll try to keep some stats here best I can. But that it gets a little challenging when you're punching buttons and making notes at the same time. So bear with me just a little bit there as the Clippers come out of the huddle. And just waiting on the Lady Greyhounds here. And we'll be set for some volleyball here in middle school action between the Clippers and the Greyhounds. And it looks like it will be the Lady Greyhounds to start off. April Kaiser will be set to serve. And serve is away. in the air. That's going to be Morgan Van Beek. Gets it across and off the hands of Bryn Huber. That's going to be 1 point in favor of the Lady Clippers. It's going to be 14 Morgan Van Beek for the Lady Clippers. Number 4 is Shonda Hake. Number 6 is Kennedy Holm. Number 11 back there to serve here is going to be Lacey Frenzel. So Lacey gets it across. That's going to be April Kaiser to Bryn Huber. Emma Huber gets a hit on it, but not able to get it across. And so that is going to be another point for the Lady Clippers. And Frenzel is going to be continuing on the serve. Ball is across. Kaiser in the air to Kenzie Stecker. Back to Kaiser. She gets it over. Front row is Silbernagel. And that is going to fall on the Clippers side right in front of number 10, Megan Van Beek. So that'll be the first point of the night for the Lady Greyhounds. Their score 2-1 in favor of Strasburg-Zeeland. And now the 7th grader Kia Cronin set to serve. Ball's in the air, gets it across. And first time over, that's Van Beek. Here's Kenzie Stecker to Bryn Huber, back over. Silbernagel, Morgan Van Beek, and Megan Van Beek not quite able to get it across. So another point there for Hoven. Your score 2-2. Cronin serve into the back row. That's number 6, Kennedy Holm. Silbernagel gets it across. Kenzie Stecker, April Kaiser back over. Back row again, this time is Baumgartner. Nice dig by April Kaiser. Here's Bryn Huber gets it across. Holm, Silbernagel. Into Van Beek. Nice dig on the backside by Emma Huber. Kenzie Stecker to Bryn. Front row Silbernagel. And Shonda Hake is going to get the kill. First kill of the night for Shonda Hake, and that makes the score 3-2 in favor of Strasburg-Zeeland. And back to serve, looks like number 4, that's Hake. Kaiser to Kenzie Stecker, back row's Cronin, she gets it across, and she's going to get the kill on that one. A little miscommunication in the back row for the Lady Clippers. Score 3-3, serve back to Hoven. And it'll be 7th grader Tanae Kaiser to take the serve. Off the side of the hand, that'll be our first service error of the evening. Just couldn't quite get enough on it to get it across. Oops, wrong side there. Let's give that one to the Clippers. And this is going to be number 14, Morgan Van Beek. So we have 14 Morgan, number 10 Megan. So we'll try to keep those straight for you. This is Morgan. Serve is over, and that's going to be an ace for Morgan Van Beek. 5-3 in favor of the Clippers. Morgan Van Beek again. Kaiser to Kenzie Stecker. Bryn Huber gets it over. Front row, that's Madison Van Beek. To Silbernagel. Across, here's Kenzie Stecker with the dig. Bryn Huber is going to set Raina Schwartz. Gets it across. Silbernagel front row again. This is going to be... looked like Emma Huber did get a touch on it, so that's going to be a kill from Megan Van Beek. And point to the Clippers. It was going to go long, but Emma just couldn't quite get her hand down in time. So here's Morgan Van Beek. That's going to be a service error. Point back to Hoven. 6-4. So Lady Greyhounds hanging in there so far. Just down a couple points here in this first game. And Kenzie Stecker, 6th grader, is going to be set to serve. And working out some substitutions over on the Clippers side. We have number 8, Ruth Hake. So we have some Hakes and Van Beeks in there for Strasburg-Zeeland. We'll try to get the first names when we can. Get our rotation fair. And again, I don't know volleyball well enough, but they're definitely rotating, so it's got to be some sort of issue with rotation. Now they're rotating back. And I think we're ready to go. Yep, Kenzie Stecker off the side of the hand for that one. That's going to be service error. Point back to Strasburg-Zeeland. So just a couple issues on the serve so far for the Lady Greyhounds. And this is going to be Megan Van Beek. Just saw Morgan last time. This is Megan. She serves. Back row is Kia Cronin. Gets it across. Kenzie Stecker to Huber. Cronin puts it over. And that's going to fall in front of Shonda Hake. So that's going to be second kill of the night for Kia Cronin. And I marked her on the wrong sheet earlier. Brandon Huber to serve. And that one's going to get into the net. Back row is Shonda Hake and just gets it to trickle over. And so fortunate bounce there goes the way of the Lady Clippers and makes the score 8-5. And to serve here is going to be Kennedy Holm, number 6. Serve is across, back row, Emma Huber, nice dig. Front row to April Kaiser, and April Kaiser gets the kill. First kill of the night for April Kaiser. And your score 8-6 in favor of the Lady Clippers. And we see a rotation here, substitution. Raina Schwartz is out. And I think Tanae Kaiser came back in. Here's Emma Huber to serve. Ball's across, back row. That's Morgan Van Beek. Nope, sorry, Megan. Front row, and that's going to be a point as Ruth Hake just couldn't quite get it over. And that'll be a point to Hoven. Makes your score 8-7. And we're going to get a timeout on the court for the Lady Clippers. We'll take a break with them. Be back right after this.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working. But we do. At Pite Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pite Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Welcome back to Hoven. Mike Hobert with you, bringing you middle school volleyball here. We have 8-7 your score in favor of the Lady Clippers, and that serve off the side of the hand for Emma Huber. That's going to be a point over to Strasburg-Zeeland. I should say C game because this is not a true middle school game. On the other side, we do have. No, they're all middle school. Never mind. It would be a middle school game. So there's a nice dig in the back row by Emma Huber. Kia Cronin in the front row just couldn't quite get it across, and that's going to be point to Strasburg-Zeeland. 10-7 now. The Clippers open up a 3-point lead, and that is number 8. That is Ruth Hake. Back row Kenzie Stecker. April Kaiser is going to set for Kia Cronin. Gets it across. Megan Van Beek, front row, and just missed the timing there for Shonda Hake. That'll be a point back to Hoven. They'll get the serve back. 10-8 now. Again, playing best of 3 games tonight. So April Kaiser is going to be set to serve for the second time. And again, another service error for Hoven. Kind of struggling on the serve so far. 11-8. Our officials tonight on the net are Maya Knipling and Marissa Stecker. The line judges are Isabella Sautner and Sierra Obler. So thank you to those volunteers for helping us out again tonight. That's number 2, Caitlin Baumgartner serving, and Kia Cronin gets it over. Thought it was going to be an ace there for a minute. So this is Megan Van Beek setting Shonda Hake. Gets it across. April Kaiser. Here's Kia Cronin. Back row is Baumgartner, Silbernagel, Van Beek. Emma Huber is going to knock it clear across from the back row. This is number 14, Morgan Van Beek to sister Megan. And that's going to be a kill for April Kaiser as that one just drops in. Good placement for April. And the score 11-9. Second kill so far for April. Here's serve Kia Cronin. Nice serve. Oh, but they get it over. Couldn't see who that was. I think that was Shonda Hake in the front row, kind of a reflex, but gets it across, and it falls for a point for the Lady Clippers. 12-9 your score. Really a nice serve by Cronin that time. Just barely scraped the top of the net. Good placement, but credit to the Lady Clippers for bringing that one back across. Here's a service error for Shonda Hake. And we kind of hovered in this 2 or 3 point margin for most of this first game in favor of the Lady Clippers. Substitution, number 19, Delaney Kaup comes into the game. Emma Huber will come out. Tanae Kaiser to serve. Serve is over. Back row is Baumgartner. Here, front row is number 7. That's Madison Van Beek. And she's going to get the kill. There's that little miscommunication between Kaup and I think Kenzie Stecker that time. Serve, this is Morgan Van Beek. Kia Cronin gets it over. Van Beek. Katie Silbernagel. Madison Van Beek. Here's April Kaiser. Front row now Bryn Huber. Back row's Baumgartner. Silbernagel. And Megan Van Beek puts it into the net, so that's going to be a point back to Hoven. 13-11 now your score in favor of Strasburg-Zeeland. See if the Lady Greyhounds can make up some ground here. Kenzie Stecker set to serve. Kenzie serve to the back row. Dug there by Baumgartner. Here's Van Beek, gets it across. Kia Cronin. April Kaiser going to send it back to Cronin. That's going to be off the wrist, it looked like. And so that'll be back to the Lady Clippers. 14-11 now your score. As Megan Van Beek set to serve. Good serve. Dug by April Kaiser. Delaney Kaup is going to set it for Emma Huber. Nice job. This is 13, Natalie Baumgartner. And strong strike there by Ruth Hake, but it's a little bit too strong. Carries wide, and that's going to be a point back to Hoven. Makes your score 14-12. Bryn Huber to serve. Another service error for Hoven. Again, kind of struggled with that so far tonight. 15-12, Lady Clippers. Madison Van Beek. To Kenzie Stecker, front row, April Kaiser trying to set it for Kia Cronin, but it goes over, and then that's going to be a kill on the other side for Ruth Hake. As she drops it across, point to the Lady Clippers, 16-12. Baumgartner to serve. Or excuse me, that's Madison Van Beek. And that'll be an ace for Madison Van Beek off the hands of Kenzie Stecker. Van Beek again to serve, back row. And that's going to be another ace, 2 in a row for Madison Van Beek, number 7. The 8th grader. And the Lady Clippers have opened up with their largest lead of this first game, 18-12. Van Beek again to serve. Kenzie Stecker digs it. Bryn Huber to April Kaiser. And we have our rafter ball, and it goes back across. But that is going to be a point to Strasburg-Zeeland. And that'll make the score 19-12. Timeout for Coach Stecker. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Welcome back to Hoven. Mike Hobert along with you. 19-12 your score. We're in the first game of our middle school match tonight between the Hoven Lady Greyhounds and the visiting Strasburg-Zeeland Lady Clippers. And the Clippers have just opened up their largest lead at 7. It's kind of hovered back and forth between 2 or 3 points for most of this first game. Number 7, Madison Van Beek, continues to serve. She's got a couple aces in a row here. Serve is across, back row to Kenzie Stecker. Hubert keeps it alive for April Kaiser. That's Van Beek. Front row is Natalie Baumgartner. And I think number 8, Ruth Hake, was in the net, so that's going to be a point for the Lady Greyhounds, 19-13. Madison Van Beek comes off. Number 6, Kennedy Holm, checks back in. Delaney Kaup checks out for the Lady Greyhounds. Tanae Kaiser in. Here's Emma Huber to serve. And off the wrist, service error there for a point for Lady Clippers. 20-13 your score. This will be Ruth Hake, the 8th grader, to serve for Strasburg-Zeeland. And that's going to fall in front of the two Huber girls. Bren and Emma both kind of backed up on it, expecting the other one to take. So that's going to be an ace for number 9. Oh, number 8. That's Ruth Hake. That's her second. Emma Huber gets it across. Baumgartner sets for Van Beek. Greyhounds get it back. Kia Cronin gets it across. That's 11 Frenzel in the middle for Strasburg-Zeeland. Here's Emma Huber. Gets it all the way across, and that's going to be a point for Emma Huber. So from the back row, knocks it all the way across, and it drops in for a point for the Lady Greyhounds. They needed that one, making the score 21-14. April Kaiser now to serve. Back row is going to be Morgan Van Beek, and the Clippers get it across thanks to Kennedy Holm. Right on the net, kept alive by Kaiser, but it is going to fall in for a point for Strasburg-Zeeland, 22-14. Frenzel checks out. Number 2, Caitlin Baumgartner checks back in. She'll be set to serve. Serve is across, dug by Kaiser. Oh, but nobody home. Miscommunication between Cronin and Tanae Kaiser. 23-14 here. Baumgartner set to serve again. And that one's going to go wide. Service error for the Lady Clippers. And so some hope here for Lady Greyhounds. Kia Cronin to serve. Substitution, Tanae Kaiser will sub out, and Mela Bangs is going to check into the game for the first time tonight. And Mela, just a 4th grader, playing up at the middle school. Cronin serve, back row, dug nicely by Baumgartner. Across by Megan Van Beek. Here's Kaiser to Kenzie Stecker, across by Bryn Huber. Front row, Silbernagel. Here's Huber, and that's going to be a point, as Emma Huber couldn't quite control it. 24-15. That's going to be game point now for the Lady Clippers, 24-15. Looks like Shonda Hake is back there to serve. I think that's number 4. And service error. The point back to Hoven, 24-16. Substitution again. This is going to be Tanae Kaiser checking back in, Mela Bangs checking out, and Raina Schwartz is going to check in as well, as Emma Huber will come out. Tanae Kaiser to serve. Again, game point now for the Lady Clippers. Serve is across, and that's going to be an ace for Tanae Kaiser. Nicely done. First ace of the night for Tanae, 24-17. Kaiser again to serve. Oh, this one just off the fingertips. That's going to be a service error. And that will wrap up game number 1. The Strasburg-Zeeland Lady Clippers will take that one 25-17 is your final score. So we'll take a break. Be back right after this with game number 2.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888. Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg is your ultimate pit stop for snacking and fueling before hitting the road. We offer
Welcome back to the
mouth-watering hot
Schlachter
stuffed
Lumber
pizza,
Press Box.
delicious
Schlachter
burgers,
Lumber,
crispy
serving the
chicken,
area
savory
since
potatoes, and
1888.
year-round soft-serve ice cream. Quench your thirst with our diverse beverage selection. As proud sponsors of Hoven Greyhound Athletic and events, we're deeply connected to our community. Stay updated
Welcome
on
back to the
Facebook for
Schlachter
promotions and
Lumber
offerings.
Press Box.
Swing by
Schlachter
JT's
Lumber,
Quick
serving
Stop in
the area
Gettysburg
since
to make your pit stop
1888.
unforgettable. We're excited to serve you.
Welcome.
And welcome back to Hoven. Mike Hober with you. Middle school volleyball so far here tonight. Again, score the first game 25-17 in favor of the Lady Clippers as we get ready to start game 2. Got to reset my score here quick. Again, Christian Collins on the camera for us tonight, so thank you, Christian, for doing that, doing a nice job. And I expect Mr. Heimler, I think, is going to be joining me eventually. He had some work obligations to take care of, so he's trying to make his way here to join the broadcast at some point tonight. So we look forward to having Jordan with us again, and Skylar Sorensen, kind of the same story, tied up with some work stuff, so not able to be here. But again, appreciate both of those gentlemen this year filling in to pick up the slack on the live stream and running the computer and helping with setup and tear down and whatever else. So really grateful to those two and their contributions. And again, thank you to Christian. He's been at every event so far this year to run camera for us. So a lot of work goes into making these broadcasts available. So we hope you do enjoy them. And certainly if you have the opportunity, we do have our sponsors up to date here. So if you have an opportunity to thank our sponsors, patronize our sponsors, please do so for providing the financial support to make these broadcasts possible. And with that, we are set for game number 2. It's going to be Silbernagel to serve off the hands of Kenzie Stecker. So game number 2 will start with an ace. And I have that as the first of the night for Silbernagel. So an early 1-0 score for Strasburg-Zeeland. Here's April Kaiser, Emma Huber, front row back to Kia Cronin. She gets it over. Madison Van Beek, front row to Silbernagel. That's going to carry across. April Kaiser looking for the kill. Still alive for Strasburg-Zeeland, and it is Madison Van Beek to get it across. Here's front row Cronin, and she goes for the spike for the kill, and it carries long. So that's going to be the second part of the match for the Lady Clippers. One of the better volleys of the evening so far. The Lady Clippers prevail, and this is still going to be number 7, Madison Van Beek to serve. Dug by Kenzie Stecker. April Kaiser puts it across on the second hit. Here's Emma Huber. Third hit, Kia Cronin gets it over. Back row, can't see the number there. That is Madison Van Beek. Shonda Haight gets it across, and she's going to get a kill. Number 4, that is her second kill of the match. And we're going to get an early timeout with your score 3-0 in favor of the Lady Clippers. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Welcome back to the Purple Palace. Here we are, game 2 of our first match of the evening. 3-0 lead for Strasburg-Zeeland. Serve dug by Bren Huber. Third hit, she's got to get it across. She does. Right back across. And it's going to be too many hits. That was number 11, Lacey Frenzel, getting the point for the Lady Clippers. 4-0 now your score in favor of Strasburg-Zeeland. Lady Greyhounds looking for their first point of game number 2. Game number 1 went to Strasburg-Zeeland 25-17. Here's Silbernagel with the serve. Third hit now for Kia Cronin. Back across. Dug back there by Van Beek. Shonda Haight gets it across. And that's going to be another point as Kia Cronin couldn't quite get the height on it to bring it over. 5-0 for the visitors. And that is going to be 5 consecutive, so the serve will go over to Hoven. April Kaiser is going to get the serve. This one's off the right side of her hand, service error. And so that'll be a 6-0 lead now for Strasburg-Zeeland. Frenzel back to serve. Lacey Frenzel, 9th grader. Serve is over, back row to April Kaiser. And some miscommunication between Tanae Kaiser and Kia Cronin, and the ball falls between them. That's going to be an ace for Lacey Frenzel. Frenzel to serve again. Kaiser front row to Kenzie Stecker. Cronin gets it across. Back row Frenzel. Silbernagel. Number 10 is Megan Van Beek, and Megan Van Beek is going to end up with the kill on that one, as she dumps it in between the first and second row. Second kill of the night for Megan Van Beek. I'm got 2 sheets in front of me, and I'm keeping stats on both of them, so I got to add them up in order to figure out what they've actually got. Here's another serve for Frenzel. Bryn Huber with the dig. April Kaiser gets it across. Here's Silbernagel. Going to set it for Sean DeHake. Dug by Tanae Kaiser. Front row, Kia Cronin, and that's going to be a kill for Kia Cronin. That is Kia's 3rd of the match tonight, and the first point of the second game. So just the second serve of the night so far for the Lady Greyhounds. It is Kia Cronin. Back row is Madison Van Beek. Here's Sean DeHake, gets it across. Bryn Huber, back across to Hoven. Emma Huber, and doesn't quite have enough to get it over, and Kenzie Stecker couldn't reach it in the front row. Kennedy Holm checking back into the game for the Lady Clippers. For Madison Van Beek, this is Sean DeHake to serve. Dug by Kaiser. April Kaiser carries too far for Tanae Kaiser. And your score now 10-1 in favor of Strasburg-Zeeland. That one is going to carry wide, so a service error after the ace, and that's going to make it 10-2. Lady Greyhounds back on the board as Tanae Kaiser gets ready to serve. Serve is over. Back row, Megan Van Beek. Here's Silbernagel to Holm. Kia Cronin gets it across for the Lady Greyhounds. Silbernagel again is going to set it for Megan Van Beek, and that's going to be a kill for Megan Van Beek. Her 3rd of the match. Makes our score 11-2. Serve back over to the Lady Clippers. This is Morgan Van Beek to serve. Strong serve dug in the back row by Cronin. April Kaiser gets it across, and she's going to get the kill. Drops it in. Well done by April Kaiser. That's her 3rd of the match. Kenzie Stecker now to serve for the Lady Greyhounds. She'll try it again. Ball's across. That's going to be an ace for Kenzie Stecker. First ace of the night for Kenzie. Another nice serve, another ace. 2 in a row for Kenzie. 11-5. Good service here for Kenzie Stecker, closing the gap a little bit. Again, finds that area in front of the back row, but kind of a ricochet is going to get the ball over, and that is point to Strasburg-Zeeland. I couldn't quite see. I think it was Holm that ended up knocking it over, but we saw one of those in the first game as well, just kind of a reflex off the dig, able to get it across. So 12-5. Megan Van Beek to serve. Kia Cronin, nice play for April Kaiser to get it across. Here's back row. That is Ruth Hake. Ball's going to go wide off the hands of Kia Cronin. Another point for the Lady Clippers. 13-5 now your score. Megan Van Beek will serve again. Back row, Kenzie Stecker. And April Kaiser just kind of throws it towards the net, just too far away, not able to get it across. 14-5 now your score. Megan Van Beek to serve again. And this is going to be an ace for her. I've got that as her first one, but I'm not sure if that's right. 15-5 now your score. And that's going to be 2 in a row for Megan Van Beek. So if she only had one before, she's got 2 now. 16-5 now in favor of the Lady Clippers. Finding that sweet spot in between the front and back row. See if this one carried further, and Emma Huber in the back row kind of expecting that one to be short. Didn't quite get the hands up in time. And so that's 5 consecutive for the Lady Clippers, so the serve will go back over to Hoven. 17-5 your score here in game number 2. Strasburg-Zeeland won the first game 25-17. Bryn Huber to serve. Back row, that's Shonda Hake. Megan Van Beek, but that's going to be an ace there for Bryn Huber. Better serve the second game for Hoven when they've been able to get it. And they might have jinxed her a little bit. That one goes just wide in the service error. 18-6 now in favor of Strasburg-Zeeland. Good serve by Bryn, just carried a little wide. Back row to serve is home. Dug by Huber, but nobody's able to get there, so that's going to be an ace for number 6, Kennedy Home. And I've got that as her first on the night. Home set to serve again. Back row is Kenzie Stecker. April Kaiser is going to set for Kia Cronin. Back row is Megan Van Beek, sorry. I'll get it right one of these times. Hoven back row, Emma Huber, and we're going to get a lift, I think, on April Kaiser. So 20-6 your score, and it will be home. And that's going to be an ace for home. (21-6), and Coach Stecker is going to take a timeout. We'll take a break with him. Be back right after this.
Luce, Lucy, and Wreck Funeral Homes are your family-owned businesses ready to help you in your time of need. With businesses in Gettysburg, Fulton, Miller, Highmore, and they service Cheyenne River Reservation. Mandy and Tiffany are there to answer any questions and help you along. Luce, Lucy, and Wreck Funeral Homes proudly support all local sports and activities.
Hi.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Welcome back to Hoven here in the Purple Palace. We are in game number 1 of 2 tonight between the Lady Greyhounds and the visiting Strasburg-Zeeland Lady Clippers. 21-6 your score here in game number 2. Home to serve. Nice dig that time by Emma Huber in the back row. Ruth Hake sets for Frenzel, and she's able to drop that one in. Nice kill that time by number 11, Lacey Frenzel. And my broadcast partner has arrived. He's getting ready to join us at the other end of the table here, so we'll welcome Jordan Heimiller here in just a minute. An ace here for the Lady Clippers, makes the score 23-6. That's home still with the serve back there. And that is going to be 5, so serve will come back over to the Lady Greyhounds. Again, struggling here in game number 2. Just 6 points so far. See if they can tack a few more on. They dropped the first game tonight, 25-17, but that one was pretty close most of the way through. Emma Huber to serve. Nice serve. Gets it across. Dug in the back row by Silbernagel. Ruth Hake. Here's Tanae Kaiser. Number 13 in the front row is Baumgartner. Frenzel. And that's going to be a kill for Frenzel. 24-6. That'll bring up game point here for game number 2 as we are Getting towards that again. Parents' night festivities in between our games tonight, so hope you'll join us for that. Brent Huber with the dig back row. Kia Cronin gets it. April Kaiser gets it across. 13 is Baumgartner. Shonda Hake with the kill. Nice strike there by Shonda Hake, number 4, the 8th grader, and that makes her score 25-6. And that will conclude our second game and our first match of the evening. So again, younger girls struggled a little bit that second game, couldn't quite gain any traction, only putting up the 6 points after a pretty good showing in game 1 as they dropped that one 25-17. So with that, that wraps up our first game. We're going to be getting ready for our second match of the night, which will be the JV contest. Again, the JV girls have had a good season, coming off a win last week up in Harriet. 6-3 record on the season as they look to continue their winning streak. So we'll take a quick break, bring you back here for the Parents' Night festivities and our second match of the night. So we'll be back right after this.
Hey, this is Kay from Plains Commerce Bank. In Hoven, sports bring us together from the opening whistle to the final play. That's why we're proud to support the Hoven Greyhounds. For us, banking has never been just about numbers. It's about people, your families, your goals, and your hometown. We're rooted in relationships because that's how we believe banking should be. We're honored to be part of the Greyhound tradition. Plains Commerce Bank, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg is your ultimate pit stop for snacking and fueling before hitting the road. We offer mouth-watering hot stuffed pizza, delicious burgers, crispy chicken, savory potatoes, and year-round soft-serve ice cream. Quench your thirst with our diverse beverage selection. As proud sponsors of Hoven Greyhound Athletic and events, we're deeply connected to our community. Stay updated on Facebook for promotions and offerings. Swing by JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg to make your pit stop unforgettable. We're excited to serve you.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Do you want them down on the court? Okay. At this time, could we have all of the volleyball and cross-country athletes and parents head to the west door? We'll line you up there and bring you out here, announce each player.
to get like any announcements. I don't know, like any of the games or prior games and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, football's done. Danica qualified for state cross country, so she'll be going next week. Alex got 5th for JV. So, yeah, other than that.
Probably have you just do some of those announcements if you don't mind. So I'll screw that up. I didn't have enough time.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Hoven for Parents' Night as we give recognition to our athletes and their families for all the work and dedication that they put into this season. So we'll recognize our players, the parents, so when you hear your name, please step forward, greet your parent, and then we'll have you settle in for a picture there before we move down the line. So we'll start with our seniors. First off this evening, we have senior Gabby Collins, daughter of Melissa Collins. Maya Johnson, daughter of Amber DeRushi and Bethany Schwingler, daughter of Amber DeRushi, Michael Schwingler, and Christy Schwingler. Our next athlete is double duty cross country and volleyball, Danica Cow, daughter of Jason and Kay Cow. Raquel Menzel Cow, daughter of Brandon and Alicia Cow. On to our juniors. Addison Grease and freshman Ava Grease, daughters of Andy and Ashley Grease. Next we have sophomore Jordan Kaiser and 7th grader April Kaiser, daughters of Mikey and Amanda Kaiser. For our freshmen, we start with our cross-country runner, freshman Alex Luder, son of Trent and Lynette Luder. Zoe Swaber, daughter of Jesse and Denise Swaber. Seventh grader, Kia Cronin, daughter of Rob and Deb Litson. Bryn Huber and 6th grader Emma Huber, daughters of Jesse Huber and Amber Huber. Tanae Kaiser, daughter of Jeremy and Jennifer Kaiser. Next we have Aubrey Stecker. Couldn't be here tonight. So we have 6th grader Kenzie Stecker. They are the daughters of Jeremy and assistant coach Chantel Stecker. Fifth graders Delaney Cow, daughter of Shannon and Tawny Cow. Raina Schwartz, daughter of Tyler Schwartz and Sarah Rose. And our 4th grader, Mayla Bangs, daughter of Eric and Elizabeth Bangs. We'd like to recognize our coaches, head cross-country coach Brittany Frost, husband Sean Frost, tonight accompanied by son Carter. Assistant volleyball coach Maya Knipling, accompanied by Colin Arba. And ladies and gentlemen, nice round of applause for your head volleyball coach, Wendy Roush. Thank you everyone and all the athletes, families for all your work and dedication. It's been a great season. Congratulations. And we look forward to a strong end of the season. Thank you everybody.
I would take like a Gatorade or a water. Like you do. Like, do I need to drink? Ashley's going. I'm good, I've got that. Thank you. Either one. A water.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Potter County Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan and is focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pipe Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pipe Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg is your ultimate pit stop for snacking and fueling before hitting the road. We offer mouth-watering hot stuffed pizza, delicious burgers, crispy chicken, savory potatoes, and year-round soft-serve ice cream. Quench your thirst with our diverse beverage selection. As proud sponsors of Hoven Greyhound Athletic and events, we're deeply connected to our community. Stay updated on Facebook for promotions and offerings. Swing by JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg to make your pit stop unforgettable. We're excited to serve you.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Luce, Lucy, and Wreck Funeral Homes are your family-owned businesses ready to help you in your time of need. With businesses in Gettysburg, Fulton, Miller, Highmore, and they service Cheyenne River Reservation. Mandy and Tiffany are there to answer any questions and help you along. Luce, Lucy, and Wreck Funeral Homes proudly support all local sports and activities.
Hi, this is Kay from Plains Commerce Bank. In Hoven, sports bring us together from the opening whistle to the final play. That's why we're proud to support the Hoven Greyhounds. For us, banking has never been just about numbers. It's about people, your families, your goals, and your hometown. We're rooted in relationships because that's how we believe banking should be. We're honored to be part of the Greyhound tradition. Plains Commerce Bank, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg is your ultimate pit stop for snacking and fueling before hitting the road. We offer mouth-watering hot stuffed pizza, delicious burgers, crispy chicken, savory potatoes, and year-round soft-serve ice cream. Quench your thirst with our diverse beverage selection. As proud sponsors of Hoven Greyhound Athletic and events, we're deeply connected to our community. Stay updated on Facebook for promotions and offerings. Swing by JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg to make your pit stop unforgettable. We're excited to serve you.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Potter County Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan and is focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pipe Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pipe Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg is your ultimate pit stop for snacking and fueling before hitting the road. We offer mouth-watering hot stuffed pizza, delicious burgers, crispy chicken, savory potatoes, and year-round soft-serve ice cream. Quench your thirst with our diverse beverage selection. As proud sponsors of Hoven Greyhound Athletic and events, we're deeply connected to our community. Stay updated on Facebook for promotions and offerings. Swing by JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg to make your pit stop unforgettable. We're excited to serve you.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Luce, Lucy, and Wreck Funeral Homes are your family-owned businesses ready to help you in your time of need. With businesses in Gettysburg, Fulton, Miller, Highmore, and they service Cheyenne River Reservation. Mandy and Tiffany are there to answer any questions and help you along. Luce, Lucy, and Rec Funeral Homes proudly support all local sports and activities.
Hi, this is Kay from Plains Commerce Bank. In Hoven, sports bring us together from the opening whistle to the final play. That's why we're proud to support the Hoven Greyhounds. For us, banking has never been just about numbers. It's about people, your families, your goals, and your hometown. We're rooted in relationships because that's how we believe banking should be. We're honored to be part of the Greyhound tradition. Plains Commerce Bank, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Welcome back to Hoven, South Dakota. We're set for game number 2 of our volleyball action tonight. The Hoven Lady Greyhounds playing host to the visiting Strasburg-Zeeland Lady Clippers. And it is Parents' Night, and so I'll come back a little bit early here just to kind of give some recognition. And I did have the stream open, so if you were tuning in just a little bit ago, maybe you were able to catch the festivities. But I did read through the parents for the middle school game, so I'll do the same here for the JV team as well. You have number 2, Bethany Schwingler, a sophomore, daughter of Amber DeRushi, as well as Michael and Christy Schwingler. You have Danica Kaup, number 3, a senior, 5'6", daughter of Jason and Kay Kaup. Ava Grease, freshman, as well as her sister Addison Grease, the daughters of Andy and Ashley Grease. Jordan and April Kaiser. Jordan, a sophomore, April, a 7th grader, daughters of Mikey and Amanda Kaiser. Bryn Huber, daughter of Jesse Huber and Amber Huber. We have Kia Cronin, the 7th grader, daughter of Rob and Deb Litzen. Maya Johnson, again with an injury, not able to play. But number 12, a senior, daughter of Amber DeRushi. Raquel Mitzel-Kaup, senior, 5'5", daughter of Brandon and Alicia Kaup. Zoe Zwaber, a freshman, daughter of Jesse and Denise Zwaber. And Gabby Collins, another senior, daughter of Melissa Collins. So again, thank you to all those players, the parents, the families, all the dedication that it takes to support an athlete through a high school sports season. It's a lot of time, a lot of travel, and a lot of emotional support there. So certainly our athletes are grateful for that, and our community is better for it. So I'm happy to welcome my partner, Jordan Heimiller, has arrived here for game number 2. Jordan, welcome. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great, Mike. Thanks for having me. Sorry I was running a little late there, but happy to be here. Looking forward to this matchup here with the Clippers from Strasburg-Zeeland. And yeah, I'm excited. We've been having some great matchups here and at the Purple Palace, as it's been coined a couple times. So I'm just, looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, and if you are just joining us, this is the second game of the evening. The middle school team was in action just a little bit ago, and they dropped their first 2 games. 25-17 was game number 1, and the girls played well. That was a 2 or 3 point deficit for most of the contest, and the Lady Clippers were able to pull away from the end. The second game was all Lady Clippers, 25-6 in that one, and they just pretty much dominated from beginning to end. So the middle school team still looking for that first win of the season, but I mentioned earlier tonight the JV team has really been on a nice run. 3 consecutive wins, with wins going back a couple weeks ago down in Highmore. Our last game, which was a barn burner after dropping game number 1 to Ipswich, they stormed back, won the second 2 games to take that one, and then last week went up to Harriet for a win in the JV contest last week. So unofficially record, because they played some tournaments and stuff too. I talked to Coach Roush. She kind of has a record at 6-3, so certainly well above 500. You know, we've got a couple contests left tonight certainly, but also tomorrow night the JV team, just JV tomorrow, and it's going to be an early start, 5 o'clock for the Lady Greyhounds as they wrap up the home schedule against the visiting North Central Thunder. And then next week, the Lady Greyhounds will wrap up the season with a visit up to Mobridge. And so just like that, the fall season's wrapping up. Cross country, the region meet was last week, and the runners did well. Danica Kaup ran varsity, got second place, and was able to qualify for the state cross country meet coming up this Saturday. That's in Huron. And tip of the cap to Alex Luter, had a really strong season, ran JV at region, so wasn't able to qualify for state, but placed fifth. And set personal bests I don't know how many times this season, and certainly for a freshman, a lot of promise for the future. So it's been a quick fall sports season, but it's really been an enjoyable one.
It's been great to see these athletes develop here over this season. I know it's been a short one, and it's the first one we've gotten to do as the standalone Greyhounds, but boy, they really stepped up to the challenge. A lot of the kids becoming leaders and really heavily involved in their teams and other things too, and there's other school activities, and it's been great to see them step up to the challenge and just having a blast out there, getting the experience. And honestly, I think it's just going to continue to get better and set the tone for future generations. So I'm just really proud of these guys.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to for the Greyhound students and families and fans scattered far and wide, so we appreciate you joining us here this evening. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far this year. We certainly enjoy bringing those to you. We're getting set for game number 2 tonight, and we have completed the family, the parents' night portion of the evening. Before we get started with our starting lineups, we will be recognizing our seniors. We have 4 senior volleyball players: Danica Kaup, Maya Johnson, Raquel Mitzel-Kaup, and Gabby Collins. So we certainly thank them for their leadership and all the work that they've put in this year. And so we'll be doing some recognition for those 4 seniors, and then get you set up with your starting lineups tonight. And just really quickly, I guess we didn't do that on the air. Sorry about that. Starting tonight for the Lady Greyhounds, we'll just do it over the PA and introduce you to the players here tonight. Since we're running a little bit short of time, that's my fault. Sorry about that. So we'll introduce you to your starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start this evening, we would like to take a moment to honor our 4 senior volleyball players. This season, your 4 senior Lady Greyhounds, we have Danica Kaup, Maya Johnson, Raquel Mitzel-Kaup, and Gabby Collins. Ladies, we thank you for your leadership and hard work on and off the court this year. You will be greatly missed, and we wish you the best in your next chapter. Big round of applause for our senior Lady Greyhounds. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hoven for our volleyball contest this evening between the visiting Strasburg-Zeeland Clippers and your Hoven Lady Greyhounds. Starting lineups tonight first for the visiting Lady Clippers. Senior number 3, Kinley Larson. Junior number 5, Jocelyn Bolt. 8th grader number 8, Ruth Hayden. A sophomore number 9, Laura Hayden. A senior number 12, Violet Hayden. An 8th grader number 13, Natalie Baumgartner. The Lady Clippers are coached by Dana Bartlett, assisted by Bridget Pattern. The superintendent is Gloria Hodden. Principal Dana Bartlett. Athletic director is Brent Kleinsasser. And now the starting lineups for your Lady Greyhounds. A 5'6" senior, number 3, Danica Kaup. A 5'5" freshman, 5'5" sophomore, number 5, Jordan Kaiser. A 5'7" seventh grader, number 7, Bryn Huber. A 5'4" junior, number 8, Addison Grease. And a 5'7" seventh grader, number 11, Tia Coronin. Your Lady Greyhounds are coached by Wendy Roush and assisted by Chantel Stecker and Maya Knippling. The superintendent principal is April Hobart. The athletic director is Jody Obler. Your officials tonight are Maya Knippling and Marissa Stecker. Line judges are Isabella Sutner and Sierra Obler. All spectators, players, and coaches, no matter what their personal feelings or loyalty, should display respect for them. At this time, please rise and remove your caps as we pay honor to America with the singing of the national anthem by the Lady Greyhounds volleyball teams. The proper respect is to stand at attention and place your right hand over your heart. Veterans and out-of-uniform military personnel may salute the flag.
And welcome back to Hoven. Wonderful rendition of our national anthem by the Hoven Lady Greyhound volleyball teams as they were under the direction of Mrs. Elizabeth Bangs. Always fine work by the music program. So we are set for volleyball. And just in case you didn't catch the lineups, we can run through real quick. For the Lady Greyhounds, it is going to be Danica Kalp, Ava Grease, Jordan Kaiser, Bryn Huber, Addison Grease, and Kia Cronin. And for the Lady Clippers, Kinley Larson, Jocelyn Volk, Ruth Hake, Laura Hake, Violet Hake, and Natalie Baumgartner. So again, we'll do the best we can to get first names in there as much as possible. And we are just about set for our JV contest of the night. Addison Grease is going to be set to serve for the Lady Greyhounds. Serve is across. Back row is Ruth Hake. Baumgartner back across. Here's Grease. Jordan Kaiser sets for Danica Kalp, gets it over. Kinley Larson. And that's going to fall in between a couple of the Lady Clippers there, and that is going to be the first point of the night going to the Hoven Lady Greyhounds.
Yeah, great start for the Greyhounds there. I always feel like trying to get that first point, get the nerves out of the way. Always nice way to set this tone here for this game.
Addison Grease set to serve again. Back row is Volk. Baumgartner gets it across. Addison Grease, Jordan Kaiser. Back row to Ava Grease. Here's Baumgartner. Sets for Laura Hake. That's across, and Addison Grease can't quite get it over, so that'll be the first point of the night for the Lady Clippers.
Keep the momentum rolling here. Greyhounds off to a good start. Oh, no, excuse me. That's going to be a point for the Clippers. I'm so sorry. Number 13, Natalie Baumgartner back to serve. She hits it across. Jordan Kaiser, Danica kill. She doesn't. It's going to be dug by Hake. Sent across by Laura Hake. And just out of the reach of Kia Cronin as she tried to run that one down. Unfortunately, unable to. It's going to put your score 2-1 in favor of the Strasburg-Zeeland Lady Clippers.
Yeah, first kill of the night for the Lady Clippers.
Baumgartner back to serve. Danica with the dig. It's going to be off her hands into the net, and Jordan Kaiser trying to rally it, but she's not able to. It's going to be back to Baumgartner again here for the serve, the 8th grader. She serves. Kia digs. Addison keeps it alive here, sends it over to Danica. She'll send it across, and it's going to just fall out of bounds. Number 3 there, Kinley Larson, wisely letting it go.
Nice set by Addison Grace from the back row. Got it clear up to the front, but Danica just couldn't finish it.
Baumgartner here to serve again. Danica on the dig. Jordan sets it over to Bryn. She'll send it across, and a nice dig by Baumgartner. And it will be the point for the Greyhounds there, but great effort there by Natalie Baumgartner on that dig.
Yeah, first kill of the night for Bryn Huber. 4-2 your score now in favor of the Lady Clippers. Jordan Kaiser to serve. In the back row, that's Ruth Hake. To the front, Laura Hake, and that is going to be wide. Point goes to Hoven.
Yeah, great idea there, trying to find that open spot. Just hit a little bit too long, so then works out for the Greyhounds.
Kaiser to serve again, and this one's going to carry long. Service error first of the night, and that's going to be point back to Strasburg-Zeeland. The Clippers now lead 5-3.
It's going to bring up number 12, Violet Hake, to the serving line, the senior. She sends it across, but it's going to fall short into the net. So that's going to be a point for the Greyhounds. 4-5 is your score here in favor of the Clippers. Looks like we got a substitution. We're going to see number 6, Kennedy Holm, in for Violet Hake.
Yeah, we saw Holm in the first game, played well for the Lady Clippers. Substitution for the Lady Greyhounds. This is Bethany Schwingler to serve. Doug in the back row. Here's Baumgartner. Sets for Larson. Ava Grease setting for the Greyhounds to Danica Kaut. The touch to get it over, and it is going to be back across.
Wow.
Danica gets it back. Here's Bulk in the back row. Middle of the net is Laura Hake, and she is going to get the kill. 3 hits there for Hoven. Nice effort by the Lady Greyhounds, but couldn't quite get it back across.
Yeah, Addison and Jordan just getting a hand out there, keeping it alive. Unfortunately, couldn't get it sent over the net on that 3rd hit, but it's going to bring up the Clippers now to the serving line. We got number 9, Laura Hake. Dug by Jordan Kaiser. Danica will send it across now. Hake's got it for the dig. Set by Baumgartner. Sent across. Ava sets it up for Kia Cronin. She'll send it across now. Holm digs it. And I believe we had somebody in the net there. I think that's our usual go-to.
Well, yeah, but she held up one finger, and I don't see number 1 out there, so I don't know.
Point Greyhounds.
Well said, George. Here's a serve by Danica Kaup, and nice strong serve by Danica. That is her first ace of the night on the first serve, and that's going to even up our score at 6 apiece.
Some nice velocity on that one.
If she can do that about 10 or 12 more times, the Greyhounds will be in good shape.
Absolutely.
Not quite as strong on this one. Back row dug by Kinley Larson. Here's Kia Cronin for the Greyhounds. Gets it back over. And I think, they're going to say that's a double hit on number 8, Ruth Hake. Oh, maybe not.
Some discussion going on. I think they're calling that a wash. I think they're just going to have the Greyhounds serve again here.
Yep, the proverbial jump ball. There's Danica with the serve, a good strong serve again, but this one goes wide.
Yeah, and we do apologize, folks. When it comes to some of those calls on the officiating side, we kind of lack in that vocabulary. So again, if anybody can kind of coach us on some of that, we would be all open ears. And it's going to bring up number 1, Katie Silvernagel for the Clippers. She sends across. Bethany with the dig. Set over to Addison. Addison will send it. It's dug by Hake. Hake over to Katie. Jordan sends across. Hake again with the dig. Sent across by Laura Hake. Jordan Kaiser sets it up to Danica. Danica will send it up to Ava. She sends it across. It's going to be off the hands of number 1, Katie Silvernagel. And Ava Grease with the kill.
Yeah, nice strike there by Ava, the freshman. That brings our score 7-7.
Great location on the court there.
And Kia Cronin to serve. That's dug by Baumgartner. Here's Silbernagel setting for Bulk, and she is going to knock it wide. And so nice strike for Jocelyn Bulk, but a little bit too strong with it. And that's going to be the first lead of the match tonight for the Lady Greyhounds. Kia Cronin serving again. Back row is Laura Hake. Silbernagel tries to tip it across and can't. That's going to be an ace for young Kia Cronin.
Yeah, staying on the serving line for the Greyhounds is what they need here.
Cronin serving again. Back row is home. Silbernagel sets for number 8. That is Ruth Hake, and that's going to be short. Nice run so far.
She couldn't decide there if she should set it over to her friend there or maybe just just send it over, but unfortunately didn't do either.
Nice serve by Cronin. Got deep on home that time, and that's another ace. Really impressive serve so far tonight for Cronin. That's her second ace. Again, Kia just a 7th grader. Playing well here so far in the JV match. Another nice serve. This is Laura Hake is going to set it for Bulk. Danica to Ava Grease. And Jordan Kaiser goes for the kill. Dug nicely by Hake. Schwingler. Kelp sets for Kaiser. Wow. And again, another nice dig for Laura Hake, but that's the rafter ball.
Our first one.
First one of the night here yet in our JV match. I think we only had one in the middle school contest tonight.
Wow, yeah, number 9 back there, Laura Hake, doing all she could, trying to constantly get those digs, but unfortunately it was just a little bit too much for her there.
Another nice serve, off balance dig for home back there. That's going to be a double hit on, I think that's Silbernagel, so another ace for Kia Cronin. She has 3 now, and that's going to lead to a Clipper timeout. We'll take a timeout with them and be back right after this.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Welcome back to the Purple Palace. Mike Hobart along with Jordan Heimerle. Christian Collins running the camera for us again tonight. Nice run here of serve for Kia Cronin as the Greyhounds have opened up a lead. Nice serve again, dug by home. Front row is Ruth Hake and sets it for Volk, but again into the net.
Yeah, I think if Volk figures out how to zero those hits in, that might be a problem. She puts a lot of velocity on that ball.
Yeah, they've set her nicely a couple times. She just can't quite execute the finish. Cronin serve is across. First time back over by Jessica Hake. Here is Ruth Hake in the middle. Ava Grease sets Jordan Kaiser for the kill. Nope, dug by Laura Hake. Danica gets it over first hit, and home is going to knock it wide, and that's going to be a kill for Danica Kalb. That's her. Oh, I think I'm marking the wrong side here. Nope, that was right. First kill of the night for Danica. I got to remember what side I'm making my tally marks on. So here's a nice serve by Kia Cronin. Ruth Hake sets it for Volk. Back row, this is Cronin and Schwingler. Miscommunication between the two, and that's going to be a much-needed point for the Lady Clippers. They score 15-8 now in favor of Hoven.
Yeah, it seems to be some of that communication there we talk about quite a bit in that first game. I'm assuming they're going to get that figured out as the night rolls on here, but that's going to bring up number 8, Ruth Hake, up to the serving line for the Clippers. And she's going to start off with an ace right in front of Bethany Schwingler. Great serve by her.
Yeah, I've got 3 kills for her already. Or, 3 aces for her already.
So it's going to bring up the 8th grader again. She hits across. Kia's going to dig it. Danica runs across to try and save, but it's going to get sent to the back row a little bit too far there, out of the handle. That's going to be a point for the Clippers. I think, Danica and Ava trying to figure out which one probably should have had that one there. Ruth Hake with the serve again. Kia with the dig. Dug by Ruth. Katie sends it across to number 7, Madison Van Beek, who gets the kill. First time seeing her name on here, the 8th grader.
Yeah, Madison played well in the middle school game. First kill of the night for her in the JV.
Dug by Jordan Kaiser. Danica sets it up to Addison. She's going to hit it across. Nobody's home, but it's going to be just out of bounds there. And unfortunately, a point for the Clippers. 15-12 is your score here, still in favor of the Greyhounds.
Yeah, right idea for Addison. Just missed the spot.
Ruth Hakes still up to serve. Danica's going to quick send it across, but they're ready. Served up to Volk, and it's going to bounce off Jordan Kaiser for a nice block, and she sends it back across, but a great dig by Hake. Danica's going to serve it up to Ava. Ava serves up to Jordan. It's a little strong, and it's going to go out of bounds. A little long there for Kaiser.
Yeah, and just like that, the Clippers right back in this one. They trailed 15-9. Now it's 15-13.
Ruth Hake back to serve again. Dug by Bethany. Quick set across, but Van Beek's ready. Sent across by Megan Van Beek that time. Ava will send it back. Hake to Megan Van Beek, who sends it into the net, trying to get the kill. But that's going to be a point for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, much needed a point there. Brenda Huber checking back into the game for Bethany Schwingler. And we're going to get number 2, Caitlin Baumgartner, checking in.
Got to keep up with all these names.
We're trying, folks, yeah. Ava Grease, back row. Laura Hake is a little bit too strong for Silvernagel. That's going to be an ace for Ava Grease.
Yeah, good time here to try and keep us on the serving line. 17 points.
Yeah, this is the point of the game where they can really put it away if they have a nice run. Grease with the serve.
Great location.
Back row is Baumgartner. Here's Volk. Kia Cronin dig set for Jordan Kaiser, and she's going to kill it in the back row. Wow. Nice strong kill there for Jordan Kaiser, her second to the night. And that makes the score 18-13 in favor of the Lady Greyhounds.
Yeah, dialed that one in real nice.
Grease the serve, Laura Hake. Here's Silvernagel setting for Volk. With the touch this time, not able to kill it. And this one's going to stay on the Clippers side.
Jordan with the quick backwards flick there, sending it across. That caught me off guard even.
Yeah, that was a nice play. 19-13, 6-point lead. Ava Grease still to serve. Hake in the back row. Silvernagel is going to set it over here. That is Madison Van Beek. Dug by Ava Grease. Hits the rafter and still alive.
Yeah, great job by Danica. Quick reflexes there to keep it alive, but unfortunately the rafter ball strikes again.
So ball back over to Strasburg-Zeeland, trailing by 5.
It's going to bring up Jocelyn Volk to the serving line, the junior. Danica with the dig. Jordan Kaiser sends it across now to Volk. Sent over Katie. It's going to be sent over by Hake. And nice hit by Jordan Kaiser, sent it over the net, but Katie was ready. So Bryn's going to set over to Jordan Kaiser, but it's going to be into the net there. 19-15 is your score in favor of the Greyhounds.
Yeah, a rare miss hit for Jordan Kaiser. She's been pretty strong tonight, but didn't get that one.
It's going to bring up Jocelyn Volk again to the serving line. Dug by Danica. Set by Bryn. Jordan Kaiser sends it over quick. Silvernagel's ready. Sent across by Van Beek. Bryn hits it back to Danica. She tries to send it over the net, diving to the floor, and she's unable to. That's going to keep it over here now for the Clippers.
19-16 score now. The Clippers cutting into that lead.
Volk sends it over. Danica with the dig. Jordan Kaiser quick sends it across, but they're ready. Nice dig there by number 2, Caitlin Baumgartner. And Jordan Kaiser unable to get it across.
Yeah, I tried that backwards flip again that worked earlier and not able to get that one across.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that. It just always feels like this around, that 15 to 19 points is a really pivotal point in the game. And Volk's going to finally send into the net. It's nice to see her get off the serving line there.
Yeah, she was serving well, and that's a big error at this point. 20 points now for the Lady Greyhounds and the serve to Addison Grease. Addison, the lone junior. Serve is across, and it's just long.
Wow, I don't know how Volk laid off that one.
Yeah, she really thought about it, and tip of the cap to her. She read it well, and that's a point right back over to Strasburg-Zeeland.
That's going to bring up Megan Van Beek, the 8th grader. Dug by Danica, sent back across. Hake will send it over quickly, but Ava Grease is ready. Oh, and it's off Addison's hands, and unfortunately Jordan Kaiser gets the bad end of the deal there.
Yeah, Coach Roush telling them to talk, make sure they communicate out there, and they have had a few unforced errors here in these last few points.
Madigan Van Beek on the serve. Kia with the dig. Jordan sends it up to Danica. She'll try and get the kill. It's going to be hit by Hake, but out of the reach of Van Beek, and that's going to be a kill for Danica.
And a much-needed point again, as the Lady Clippers had cut it to within a point. The second kill of the night now for Danica Kaup.
Substitution here. We're going to have Megan Van Beek come out, and Natalie Baumgartner will come in.
Yep, and said here, Bryn Huber. Front row is going to send it back to Addison Grease. Back row is Volk. Front row is Natalie Baumgartner, and a nice strike there for Laura Hake, and that's going to be the kill.
That was great vision there to put it where nobody else could reach it. Great job on her end.
Second kill of the night for Laura Hake, and that's going to bring the Clippers back to within a point. Substitution now for Strasburg-Zeeland.
That's going to be Kaylin Baumgartner coming out for number 8, Ruth Hake. And Madison Van Beek to the serving line. She sends across, clips the net. Danica sends it over. Great dig by Addison. Hit over by Baumgartner. And a nice strike by Ruth Hake, but I think it falls out of bounds, so point Greyhounds.
Couldn't quite tell if the Greyhounds had a touch on it or not, but I don't believe that was the case, so
22-20 is your score in favor of the Greyhounds. 25 is the game point here.
Bethany Schwingler to serve for the Lady Greyhounds. Ball's across. Back row to Volk. Baumgartner, Natalie Baumgartner sets it for Kinley Larson. Back over to Hoven, and Kia Cronin touches it across. Danica flips it to the back row, dug there by Home. Here's Ruth Hake. Addison Grease now to set Jordan Kaiser for Danica Kaup, but she puts it in the net. And the Lady Greyhounds just can't quite pull away.
Yeah, Clippers doing a great job sticking with it. They've been having great success at the serving line, so hopefully the Greyhounds can get her off of there as soon as possible. That's going to bring up Laura Hake. And they do. Sends it into the net. That's going to be a big advantage for the Greyhounds here with 2 points to go in this game.
We'll see if Danica can get a couple nice serves. She has 2 aces on the night already.
Great serve.
Back row to Volk. Dug by Laura Hake. Gets it on the front, over across. This is back over. 13 Natalie Baumgartner, and that's a kill for number 5. That's going to be Jocelyn Volk, her first of the night.
Well, that's what we talked about. We said she's got plenty of velocity. If she gets to dial those in, it could be a problem, and we saw it right there. It's going to bring up Katie Silbernagel, the 8th grader, to the serving line. She sends it across. Jordan Kaiser with the dig. Danica quick sets over the back corner. Nobody's there. Catches him by surprise and gets a point for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, 3 kills to go with 2 aces so far, and that's going to make it game point. For the Lady Greyhounds, it's going to be Kia Cronin. She's had the best run of serve so far for Hoven tonight. See if she can finish it off. Back row is Home. Silbernagel is going to set it for Ruth Hake. She gets it across. Cronin. Danica's going to set Jordan Kaiser.
Oh.
And good tip there. That's Natalie Baumgartner. Front row is Ruth Hake. Danica flipping it to the back row and gets a touch from number 9. That's Laura Hake.
Wow.
And I don't know if that ball was going to stay in or not. So Laura Hake might have done the Greyhounds a favor, but that is the game-winning point. So after one, game number 1 goes to your Lady Greyhounds, 25-22. We'll take a quick break and be back for game number 2 right after this.
JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg is your ultimate pit stop for snacking and fueling before hitting the road. We offer mouth-watering hot stuffed pizza, delicious burgers, crispy chicken, savory potatoes, and year-round soft-serve ice cream. Quench your thirst with our diverse beverage selection. As proud sponsors of Hoven Greyhound Athletic and events, we're deeply connected to our community. Stay updated on Facebook for promotions and offerings. Swing by JT's Quick Stop in Gettysburg to make your pit stop unforgettable. We're excited to serve you.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise, you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Well, good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Hoven. Mike Hobart alongside Jordan Heimiller, Christian Collins on the camera. Just a couple of events coming up later on this week. For the Oral and Terp fans, the local Oral and Terp contest is going to be this Friday starting at 11 o'clock. So the public is welcome to come and check out the performers as they get set for the beginning of their season. We do have a good number in Mrs. Ashley Grease's Oral and Terp group this year, so good luck to those students. State cross country, Danica Kalpa is going to be running in Huron starting at 2:30 this weekend. Also wanted to mention that this Friday afternoon from 4 to 5:30 is going to be the Trunk or Treat event put on by, I believe that's the FFA and the Student Council doing that. So if you got the kids looking for a little bit of a week before Halloween, but it's always good to spread that out. So the Trunk or Treat event here at the school parking lot. If you are interested in that, or if you want to take part in that, you can contact the school, talk to Kim, and see if you can get your name in there to be part of that. So good to see some of these events going on for kids of all ages here in Hoven this time of year.
Does it just have to be kids, Mike? I like candy too.
You know, Jordan, I bet if you show up and you do the puppy dog eyes, somebody might just throw you a bone. I would. I mean, I'm not part of it, but I couldn't. I couldn't resist, I'm sure.
I'll be bringing the kids up, so I'll just use that as an excuse. I'll be standing there with my hands open.
Oh, yeah. That's the dad tax?
Yeah, absolutely. And setting us the game off here, it's actually going to be Volk on the serving line, and she will start it off with an ace here for the Clippers. 1-0 is your score.
Good start for the Lady Clippers after dropping game number 1.
Jocelyn Volk on the serving line. She sends it across. Danica will dig. Hassan sets it up to Bryn, who's going to send it over. She does. Van Beek sets it up to Hake, and it's going to be hit in the far corner. I didn't see who hit that, Mike. Did you?
That was Danica. She's got that, and she almost just kind of throws herself into it. She sees those open spots on the court and just kind of lunges, flips it across, and she's pretty accurate, getting the kill there to start things off with the Greyhounds. Addison Grease to serve here for game 2. Back row, that's going to be Ruth Hake. Volk gets it back to the front row to Laura Hake. Saved by Kia Cronin, but that's going to go a little bit too wide. The rest of her team couldn't quite get there, so it's a quick return of serve back over to the Strasburg-Zeeland Lady Clippers.
It's going to bring up number 10, Megan Van Beek, the 8th grader for the Clippers down on the serving line. 2-1 your score. Dug by Danica. Jordan Kaiser going to send it quick, but it'll be blocked by Hake, but it still falls over. Hake being able to send it across now. And it's just back and forth now with Hake. Laura Hake, I should say. Oh, and it's going to be off the hands of Bryn trying to send it across, and unfortunately unable to.
Yeah, a tough one there for Bryn Huber, the 7th grader. You could tell she didn't really want to take it, but she wasn't sure if anybody else was either, and she had to kind of reach behind her.
Sent across, now Addison will dig. Danica with a nice strike, and it is going to fall. She'll get the kill on that one.
A little more orthodox on the kill that time. That is her 5th kill of the night for Danica.
I'm glad I'm not trying to dig those.
Boy, yeah, our line judge, Sarah Obler, had to duck for cover down there. Jordan Kaiser to serve. Volk had to kind of change her position there at the last second. Laura Hake is going to get it across. Addison Grease. Jordan Kaiser is going to set the 7th grader Cronin for the kill. Nice kill for Kia Cronin.
Great job. Greyhounds firing on all cylinders here.
Absolutely. Getting everybody involved. Cronin, that's her first kill of the night. She really did well from the serving line. Game number 1. Jordan Kaiser to serve. And this is going to be Laura Hake tipping it across. Kaiser tries, or excuse me, Huber tries to set it. Now Danica is going to tip, but I think they're going to call it 4 hits maybe. I wasn't really counting.
That or left, I'm not sure.
I think I saw 4 fingers in the air, so
let's go with that one. I like that. That's justifiable.
My elementary math skills tell me that might have been touched 4 times.
Kennedy Holm on the serving line, the 8th grader for the Clippers. Dug by Addison. And it's going to hit off top of the net. Bryn's ready. Danica sends it to the back row. Volk trying to get a handle of it, and she can't. That's going to be another kill for Danica.
Well, yeah, and another one I'm not so sure wasn't going to carry long, but Volk just had to make sure. And it ends up being the 6th kill of the night for Danica Kaup.
Tie ball game here.
The senior playing well on senior night and parents' night.
She is. She showed up tonight.
Bethany Schwingler is going to serve for the Lady Greyhounds. Puts it across. Volk is going to dig front row. That is Natalie Baumgartner. Hoven has it back on their side. Danica Kaup gets it across, and that's going to be one of the easier kills on the night. I'm running out of room to make marks for Danica so far, so that's 5, 6, 7 now, and she's done well to start game number 2.
Little communication error there by the Clippers.
Schwingler to serve, Volk. That's Baumgartner. Across by Laura Hake. Here's Kaiser. She's going to set it for Danica Kaup. A little tip this time. Gets it across. Nice play by Laura Hake. Natalie Baumgartner sets far side. That's Ruth Hake, and that's going to be a kill for number 8, Ruth Hake. Her first one of the night.
Great spot there, just out of the reach. They were all kind of ready and in position, but just found the little spot, opening on the floor there.
Yeah, really entertaining match tonight. Game number 1 was closely contested. Same thing for game 2.
Hake's going to send it over. Jordan Kaiser digs it. Danico set it. Jordan Kaiser sends it back across. Volk digs it. Set by Baumgartner. Volk sending it across. Now Jordan Kaiser getting a piece of it. And it looks like the Clippers actually went into the net there, so it's going to be a point for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, number 5, Volk, was in the net that time, and a much-needed point there for Hoven. See if they can get a little breathing room with Danica Kaup on the serve.
I feel like that's tough, your momentum carrying you into the net after hitting it like that.
Kaup serve off the forearm of Volk, and that's going to be an ace for Danica Kaup, so she now has 3 aces to go along with her 7 kills.
I think that was more of a business decision there by Volk, so it didn't hit her in the face.
It might have been an element of self-defense there, yeah.
I don't blame her.
Danica to serve, and this one just a little bit wide to the right, so a service error, and that'll be a point back to Strasburg-Zeeland. While I'm thinking of it, because I've not mentioned it yet tonight, Danica Kaup is the Greyhound of the Week, the Athlete of the Week, after qualifying for the state cross-country meet. Second time this year that Danica has been recognized as Athlete of the Week, so congratulations to Danica.
It's going to be sent across now. Hake with the dig, and she'll send it back. Danica sends it back to Ava. Ava will put it up for Kia Cronin, will send it across. And it's going to fall out of bounds. So it's going to put the Clippers to the serving line here. 7-7 is your score. Katie Silbernagel, the 8th grader, to the serving line. Jordan Kaiser on the dig. Danica sets it over to Addison Green. It's going to be a little long, but she makes the adjustment. Holm with the dig. Hake. Over to Hake. Kaiser with the dig. Kia Cronin looking to send across. It's going to get blocked, but Volk able to rally it. Ava Grease going to send it across now to Hake. Silbernagel. Over to Volk. Jordan Kaiser with the dig. Danica sends it quick across, and they're not ready for it. Great job by Danica on the quick set over.
Yeah, another kill for Danica, 8 on the night. 8-7 now your score. Again, very close match. The two teams pretty evenly matched. Kia Cronin, the 7th grader, to serve, and this one close but not quite far enough, so service error sends the ball right back over to Strasburg-Zeeland.
Yeah, kind of uncharacteristically there by Cronin, but...
Yeah, Kia served very well in the first game. I had her at 3 aces in game number 1.
Can't be 100%. That's got to be almost impossible. Jordan Kaiser, Bethany Schwingler with the dig. Jordan sends it over now to Hake. That'll be Silbernagel over to Van Beek. Ava sets it up for Jordan Kaiser. She'll hit it across, but it's going to be dug by Hake. Laura Hake now. Van Beek over across. Ava Grease to Jordan Kaiser. Dug by Laura Hake. And kept alive by Silbernagel. It's going to be sent across by Hake. Kia Cronin on the dig. Danica sending it back to Addison. She reaches back to get it. Laura Hake with another great dig. Off the net. It's going to be touched twice by Katie Silbernagel there on the net.
Right, you are, Jordan. Good call.
I'm getting better.
I gave the point to the wrong team. I was so excited there. 9-8 now in favor of the Lady Greyhounds. It's the freshman Ava Grease to serve. Laura Haig digs it in the back row. Silbernagel's going to set it this side for Madison Van Beek. Brent Huber sets for Jordan Kaiser. Ruth Haig. Middle to Jocelyn Volk, sorry. Addison Grease puts it back across. Silbernagel back to Volk. Kia Cronin set here in the middle for Jordan Kaiser, and just the timing was off. And puts it into the net, and we're back to a tie game. I think we've been tied at just about every point for about the last 5 now. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, I've seen some great volley here. It hasn't been so many, service errors or anything like that. It's just been some great volleyball. And that's going to be a kill there for Volk. She sends it across off the top of the net. Hard to get a handle of that one for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, third ace of the night for Jocelyn Volk.
Put her back to the serving line, the junior. Kia with the dig. Danica keeps it alive. Jordan Kaiser sends it over. Volk will dig it. Silbernagel sets it up, and it's going to fall across, actually. Wow. That was a great play there. I thought for sure, too, that they were going to be, it looked like Van Beek was going to try to go for the kill, and I think the Greyhounds thought the same.
Well, yeah, Jordan Kaiser went up for a block, and it dropped right in front of her.
Volk with the serve. She's going to send it into the net in favor of the Greyhounds.
Good time for a service error in favor of Hoven. They need to get the serve back. They trail by a point now.
Especially
game number 2. Addison Grease to serve. Dug by Volk. Madison Van Beek to Laura Haig, and that's going to go wide.
Great communication there. I think I heard every single one of them yell out from up here. So
yeah, I think got some help from the bench as well. That's always good to see. Grease to serve again. Addison's serve is across. Ruth Haig to Laura Haig. Left side is Van Beek, and I thought it might go wide. David Grease puts it up in the air, short of the rafters. Kaup gets it across. Here's Silbernagel. Laura Haig, little touch. Now Danica shoots it to the back row, and that's going to be in. That little flip again.
Wow.
That's 9 kills on the night for Danica Kaup.
Yeah, I think Laura Haig there thought she was going to catch Danica off guard, and Danica able to return the favor over across and get the kill.
Such a quick motion. I think she does kind of catch him off guard.
Yeah, she's definitely been on top of this one tonight.
Addison Grease again with the serve. Here's Laura Haig trying to set it for Madison Van Beek, and that's not going to get across. Another point for the Lady Greyhounds.
Great idea there. Just unfortunately she had a little bit longer than she thought she was going to.
3 straight points off the serve for Grease, and the Greyhounds have opened up a 2-point lead. Addison's serve. Back row is Ruth Haig. Megan Van Beek, middle to Laura Haig. Jordan Kaiser's going to set it far side to Danica Kaup. Tries to drop this one in. Dug by Ruth Haig. Nice dig for the Greyhounds, and there's a rafter ball. Is the undoing for the Lady Greyhounds that time. Point back to Strasburg-Zeeland, 13-12 in favor of Hoven.
Yeah, great dig by Ava. Just unfortunately her after ball, that 50-50 ball, and didn't end up in our favor. It's going to bring the Clippers to the serving line, and they do a quick serve. Kind of caught Kia Cronin off guard there. She wasn't able to dig that one. 13-13 again here, tied up.
First ace of the night for the 8th grader, Megan Van Beek.
Van Beek on the serve. Danica with the dig. Jordan Kaiser sets it back to Danica, and it's going to be off the side of her hand there. Timing a little bit off.
13-13 your score.
13-14 actually.
Or excuse me, 13-14. I'm off one. Thank you, Jordan.
No problem. Van Beek on the serving line again. She'll send it across. Kia digs it. Jordan quick sets it over. Volk's ready with the dig. Silbernagel over to Haig. Grease to Kaiser. Danica sets it across. Ruth Haig ready. Van Beek sends it. Kia with the dig. Addison keeps it alive, and a little communication there. Kia wasn't sure if she should get after it there or not. It's going to fall.
And Coach Roush wants a timeout as the Lady Clippers have opened up a 2-point lead. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Welcome back to the Purple Palace. We're in Game 2 of our JV match tonight. The Lady Greyhounds took Game 1 25-22, and they're in a dogfight again here as they trail the Lady Clippers 15-13 coming out of the Hoven timeout. Strasburg-Zeeland still with the serve.
Megan Van Beek, the 8th grader, to the line. Addison Grease digs it. Jordan Kaiser quick sends it across. Ruth Hake to Van Beek, who sends it too long on the kill attempt. And I'm trying to see which Van Beek that was here. Madison. There's Madison and Megan, so I got to make sure I get those right.
Yep, Madison Van Beek, the 8th grader, has played well. Sent that one long.
A lot of the same last names on the team. You got some Hakes and Van Beeks and
when in doubt,
Baumgartners.
just throw one out there. Laura Hake. This is 13, Natalie Baumgartner. Jordan Kaiser's going to set for Hoven. Kia Cronin in the middle, and nice save by Laura Hake. Jordan Kaiser's going to set it for Danica Kelp. Shooting for the far side. Rafter ball still alive. Clippers get it across. Laura Hake again. Kia Cronin in the middle, and this one's going to fly long.
Laura Hake doing a great job setting the tone for her team there. She's kind of been doing it all tonight.
Yeah, we were just talking during the commercial that she's played well no matter what position she's been at. Just a sophomore.
This is going to bring up Madison Van Beek, the 8th grader. Kia with the dig. Sends it back to Kia. She's going to drop it in. And I do believe, Baumgartner did get a hand on it, so that is going to be a point for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, I think it was wide or was going wide, but Baumgartner did touch it. At least that's what it looked like from here. And I think there was a moment of indecision from the officials to make sure. And the point does go the way of the Lady Greyhounds, so they trail by a point. Bethany Schwingler to serve. Nice strong serve. Volk digs it in the back row. Baumgartner. Far side here, that is Kinley Larson, who we haven't seen for a while, but she's going to drop it in for a kill.
Actually went a little long there.
That's long, so that is a point to Hoven. Sorry about that.
I know how it is. You look down at the sheet to get the name, and you look up, and the ball's there to you.
That's exactly what happened. Service error in the meantime here for Bethany Schwingler, so now it is 17-16 in favor of the Lady Clippers.
Also a little uncharacteristic of Bethany. She's usually pretty solid from there.
She has been.
Sent back quick across by Danica, but Hake's going to keep it alive. Ruth Hake sends it back across. Ava Grease with the dig. Jordan Kaiser sets it up to Kia Cronin. She's going to try and drop it in, but the home is there. Ava Grease sets it up over to Danica. Quick sends it across. Kind of a reaction. It's going to be long. Hake letting it go. 16-18 your score in favor of the Clippers.
Pivotal time here for the Lady Greyhounds, getting close to that 20-point mark. You don't want to have that get too big.
Laura Hake. Bethany digs. Danica quick sends it across, but Holmes ready again. Danica sends it back. Laura Hake with a nice dig. Bethany Schwingler keeps it up, but it's going to be out of the reach of Addison Grease. 16-19 your score here. Laura Hake, the sophomore. She'll send it across. Dug by Ava Grease. Jordan Kaiser sets it. Danica's going to hit it into the net, unfortunately.
Just a little bit too far away from Danica that time, and Coach Roush wants another timeout. 20-16 your score. The Lady Greyhounds trail. See if they can get back in it right after this.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Potter County Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan and is focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, battlers, from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
And welcome back to Hoven. Mike Howard alongside Jordan Heimiller. We are in game 2, match 2 tonight. Lady Greyhounds trying to battle back, down 16-20.
Yeah, good timeout there. Coach Wendy Roush trying to rally her troops. Danica's going to set it back for Jordan Kaiser. And Baumgartner's with the dig. She'll set it up for Volk. Wow, so speed on that, but it does fall out. Addison deciding to let it go wisely. 17-20 your score here. Got to climb back a little bit here for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, again, a good life decision, life choice there. Time for Addison. That one had some steam on it. Serve for Danica, and that's going to be long. So a tough service error there just when the Lady Greyhounds had a chance to get back in. And one of the few mistakes we've seen from Danica tonight, but that puts the Greyhounds down 4.
Yeah, this game's still in reach here. They just need to focus in, do their assignments, stick to the fundamentals. It's going to be a service error now by Katie Silvernagel, much needed for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, again, Silvernagel just an 8th grader, and it's a tough spot, and there are a lot of middle school players out there right now performing well. Speaking of which, Kia Cronin back row, home. Silvernagel is going to set for Ruth Hake. Schwingler carries a little long. Rafter ball is going to be a problem again.
That darn rafter.
And the Lady Greyhounds, for one that was dug fairly easily, they just couldn't quite seem to control that one. Some unforced errors that time.
The 8th grader Ruth Hake back to serve. Dug by Bethany, kept alive by Ava. Great reaction by her to try and save that, but fortunately unable to. 23-18 your score in favor of the Clippers.
4th ace of the night for Ruth Hake.
And she's only an 8th grader. Hake serves again. It's going to fall just short of Kaiser trying to dig. Great effort by Jordan. Fortunately just out of the reach, and a great ace by Ruth Hake.
Yeah, make that 5, and all of a sudden we have game point here, game number 2. The Lady Clippers trying to even it up, heading into a deciding 3rd game if they can finish off this last point.
Ruth Hake will send it across now. Bethany with the dig. Danica comes back to get it. Jordan Kaiser looking to get it. Send across, and they're going to say Jordan Kaiser went into the net there.
Yeah, she had a head of steam going forward. Nothing she could do to stay out of it that time. So with that brings our second game to an end. Your score 25-18 in favor of the visiting Clippers. And we will be back for our deciding 3rd game tonight right after this.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Welcome back to Hoven. Mike Hobart alongside Jordan Heimiller, Christian Collins on the camera for us. And for the second straight home match here in the Purple Palace in Hoven, we are going to a deciding 3rd game. A couple weeks ago, we had Ipswich here as an opponent, and that was one where the Lady Greyhounds had dropped the first game before coming back to win the last 2 to pull that one out. Tonight, the Lady Greyhounds jumped out to an early lead. They won game 1, 25-22, in a hard-fought game. The second game was very evenly matched as well, but the Lady Clippers pulled it out with a 25-18 margin. So This will be a deciding third game, best of 15. And again, last time the Lady Greyhounds found themselves in this position, they were able to pull that one out for a win. So hopefully we can see more of the same from the ladies tonight. Again, this is our second to last home volleyball contest this year. We'll wrap up the home schedule tomorrow night before the ladies finish up their season next week in Mobridge.
This definitely makes for some exciting volleyball, that's for sure.
Yeah, that'll be next Thursday, October 30th, will be the game in Mobridge.
Jocelyn Volk starting off this game. Kia Corona with the nice dig sent across, and they're not ready for it. So the Greyhounds starting off with a kill there.
Yeah, nice start, especially with Strasburg-Zeeland beginning with the serve.
A lot of speed on Volk's serve there, and just ricocheted off Kia's hands. It worked out really well.
Addison Grease to serve. Volk digs it in the back row. Here's Megan Van Beek, tips it across. Nice dig by Bryn Huber. But some miscommunication between Cronin and Jordan Kaiser, and they send it into the bleachers on the far side. So just like that, serve goes back over to the Lady Clippers.
It's going to bring up Megan Van Beek, the 8th grader, to the serving line now. Danica digs it. Jordan Kaiser with the set to Danica. She'll send it across. It's going to be Van Beek with the touch. Volk over to Hake. Addison Grease. Back to Eva Grease. Volk now with the dig. Silbernagel. Van Beek. Eva Grease with the dig. Jordan Kaiser sets it back across the court to Danica. Van Beek to Megan Van Beek. Jordan Kaiser with the dig there. Danica sends it to the back row to Ruth Hake. Nice dig by Laura Hake. She keeps it alive. And Ava's going to mishandle it and send it to the back row, unfortunately, and that's going to be a point there for the Clippers.
Boy, nice volley. One of the longer volleys we've seen tonight between the two teams, and they have just been very evenly matched. Really good good volleyball tonight.
Megan Van Beek on the serve, and Kia Corona can't handle it. That's going to be rocketed out of bounds there. That's going to be another ace for Megan Van Beek, the 8th grader.
Second tonight.
Van Beek set to serve here again. Greyhounds need a point. Danica with this dig, and Kia's going to keep it alive. Danica sending it across now. Laura Hake with the dig. Silbernagel back to Laura. And it's going to be hit off of Jordan there. Great shot there by Laura Hake to get the kill.
Yeah, her third kill of the night, and just like that, it is 5-1 in favor of the Lady Clippers on first to 15. So probably a good time out here for Coach Roush. We'll take one with her and be back right after this.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pite Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pite Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Welcome back to Hoven here. Danica Kelp has it, sending back to the Clipper side. Laura Hake over to Van Beek. Jordan Kaiser, Danica Kelp decides to take a little bit off the kill attempt. Kaiser digs it. Addison Grease front row back to Danica Kelp. Greyhounds need a point. Here's Silbernagel setting for Laura Hake, sorry. Jordan Kaiser to Bryn Huber, the 7th grader, puts it across. Dug by the Lady Clippers. Hake, Danica Kelp. 7 is Madison Van Beek. Bryn Huber again. Danica Kelp drops it across. Volk in the back row. 1 is Silbernagel. Laura Hake has been all over the place tonight for the Lady Clippers. And just off the top of the net and another point.
They just can't catch a break right now.
I think that was Silbernagel who ended up putting that across.
I don't think it was on purpose either, but it did fall. That's going to be 6-1 your score here for the Clippers. Van Beek still on the serving line. Danica's going to dig. Jordan Kaiser sends across to Volk. Silbernagel. Van Beek. Addison Grease with the dig. It'll actually go all the way across. Van Beek sends it back as well. Jordan Kaiser to Silbernagel. Laura Hake sends it back to Silbernagel. Addison Grease with the dig. Jordan Kaiser sends it over to Danica. She'll send it across, but Ruth Van Beek, Hake is ready. Oh, and then it's going to again hit the net and fall in favor of the Clippers. Boy. Tell you what. Just need one of those to fall in our favor once.
See, in hockey, you call that puck luck. I don't know what you call it in volleyball.
I don't know. Jordan Kaiser over to Danica. Hake will send it across. Tia Cronin with the dig. Jordan Kaiser sends it over to Danica. She goes for the kill, and it's going to fall out of bounds. 9-1 now your score. An uphill battle for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, 8-1. They already had the point on there. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I thought it was going to move to 9 as well.
They're just quicker than me. Van Beek sends across for Addison. Bryn sends it, but it's going to be long and out of bounds. Now it's 9-1.
Yeah, good for Bryn. I mean, 7th grader, you could tell she just made the decision to go ahead and step into that one. Just puts it wide.
And again, we got the 8th grader Megan Van Beek set to serve. Danica with the dig. Jordan Kaiser sending it back to Danica. Hake. Silbernagel to Van Beek. Ava Grease with a nice dig. Jordan Kaiser sends it across. Danica will send it back over to the Clippers where Van Beek's waiting. Silbernagel to Van Beek. Jordan Kaiser with the set. Danica sending it across now. Van Beek with a nice save. But Danica's going to quick send across, but Megan Van Beek's ready. And Laura Hake there getting the kill. 10-1.
Yeah, 4 on the night now for Hake, and slipping away from the Lady Greyhounds a little bit. Another timeout for Coach Roush. We'll take one as well. Be back right after this.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
JT's Quick.
Welcome back to the Schlachter Lumber Press Box. Schlachter Lumber, serving the area since 1888.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, Megan Van Beek back to serve again. We're back right where we left off. It's going to be, and like we talked about, it hits the net, somehow bounces back over, and in favor of the Clippers again on those 50-50s.
That's 3 aces now for the 8th grader Megan Van Beek.
And she's set to serve again, basically this whole game here. Danica sends it, or Jordan Kaiser will send it across now. Volk with the dig. Silbernagel wisely sends it across, catches him off guard, and it will fall there for the kill for Silbernagel.
Boy, yeah, just got enough to flip it up and over the net. 12-1 now in favor of the Lady Clippers.
Got
substitution
that.
as Raquel Mitzel-Kalp, one of the seniors, checking in.
Sorry about that, Mike. Didn't mean to talk over you there. The Clippers seem to know how to bounce it right off the top of that net. Danica sends it over now. Van Beek back to Volk. She'll send it across. Addison with the dig. Jordan Kaiser sends it, and it's out of the reach of Ruth Hake. That's going to be a kill for Jordan Kaiser. A much-needed point here. A little bit of an uphill battle.
Yeah, and Jordan's been quiet for a while. 3 kills on the night, but that's the first one she's had in quite a while. So 12-2 your score, and it is going to be Jordan Kaiser back to serve. Back row, that's Ruth Hake. Front row is Baumgartner, gets it across, and the Grease sisters backing away, both kind of expecting the other one to take it. So it is going to be a point right back over to the Lady Clippers.
And it we were talking about that over the break too. Momentum is definitely a real thing. Sometimes it just feels like you just can't get out of that rut. And when momentum's on your side, it seems like you can't do anything wrong. So
right.
Kia's going to send it across now. Dug by Baumgartner. Kia with a nice dig. She'll send it across. Jordan Kaiser keeping alive. Kia sends it back to Van Beek. Baumgartner sets it up for Hake. Ava Grease is ready with the dig. Jordan Kaiser sets it over to Danica. She'll send it across to Ruth Hake. Baumgartner set to Laura Hake. Ava Grease with the dig, and it's going to fall just underneath the net out of the reach of Jordan Kaiser, and that's going to bring up 14-2 in favor of the Lady Clippers.
And that will be match point now.
And now the sister Madison Van Beek. Van Beek sisters really holding it down the serving line. Jordan Kaiser with the dig. Danica quick sets it across to Volk. Baumgartner sets it up to Ruth Hake. Danica with the nice dig. Jordan Kaiser with a great dig. Ava Grease sends it back over. Danica. Laura Hake. Hake's sister sent it back and forth there. It's going to be off the hands of Crone, and it's going to fall out of bounds for the point for the Clippers. And that's going to do it. Lady Clippers taking the win 15-2 in this third match. Unfortunately, Greyhounds fought a tough battle there, but just couldn't get it rolling there in that last game, unfortunately. Kudos to the Lady Clippers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw the Lady Greyhounds do that last time we were here against the Ipswich Tigers, where they dropped the first game, came back and won the last two, and tonight, and you're right, I mean, the momentum was definitely in favor of Strasburg-Zeeland. The Lady Greyhounds just couldn't really gain any traction there in that last game, only scoring the 2 points. So disappointing end, but again, it was a good match for both teams, pretty closely contested match, and really a fun one to watch tonight.
Absolutely. Van Beek sisters doing a great job, primarily Megan Van Beek on the serving line, I think, for almost that entire last match there. So great job on her end. And, the Greyhounds played really great, too, tonight. They had some communication errors here and there, but Danica had a great game. Jordan Kaiser had a great game. Addison Grease did a great job from the serving line, a lot of great digs. It was a team effort there. Unfortunately, fell a little short, but they should be proud and with happy of how far they've come, how we've seen them come this season.
Yeah, they won't be satisfied with that, and that's not a bad thing either. I mean, I'm sure Coach Roush was a little frustrated watching the ending to that one, hoping to come out of here with another win, and that's the first time the Lady Greyhounds have tasted defeat now for a few weeks, so we'll see if they can clean that up again tomorrow when they're right back at it. And that's, the nice thing when you do have back-to-back games, if you kind of got that bad taste in your mouth after the way this one, then you get to come back out for the JV team and try to make it right tomorrow as they host North Central. Again, just one game tomorrow night. That's going to be a 5 o'clock start, junior varsity against the North Central Thunder.
And I'm going to do everything I can to make that game. It's not looking good right now. I have to do a little traveling tomorrow for work, but I'm hoping that it's going to work out. If it doesn't, it's been an honor getting to broadcast these volleyball games. I've learned a lot. I had no idea anything about this sport, and I can definitely say I'm a pretty big fan. It's so enjoyable to watch these girls. They do so many incredible things that I couldn't even imagine trying to hit those balls. I'll tell you what, but it's been great. I really appreciate being here. I'm not ready for it to be over. I'm looking forward to basketball season, and it's just been great. It's been a great ride.
It has been a lot of fun, and these junior varsity contests, the middle school contests. I mean, these teams have been evenly matched. The games have been very close, with the exception of maybe just one or two this year. So it's been a really fun team to watch and follow. And yeah, it is that time of year. We're just getting set to wrap it up. So a little bit on stats. I don't keep official stats or anything, but just want to point out a couple of individuals. Certainly on the side for the Strasburg-Zeeland Lady Clippers. What a game for Laura Hake, and I don't keep track of digs. I have no clue how many she had. No aces, and I don't know if she really did any serving or not, but I had her for 5 kills, but it seemed like about every other hit we were calling Laura Hake's name. So you could definitely notice her contribution out there. The Van Beeks, Madison Van Beek, Megan Van Beek played well. Jocelyn Volk only had her down for 3 actually just 1 kill and then 3 aces, but she played pretty well with some pretty good strikes. And on the side for the Lady Greyhounds, Danica Kaup was probably the standout. 3 aces on the night. I had her down for 9 kills to lead the team. Jordan Kaiser with 3. Really a strong showing for Kia Cronin, the 7th grader, with 4 aces and a couple kills. So Jordan Kaiser, 3 kills. Ava Grease with an ace and a kill, too. So, again, spreading it around a little bit, but you could definitely tell the players that were really confident out there tonight, but really a fun match to watch.
Yeah, and shout out to our officiating crew, Marissa Stecker, Maya Knipling, Sierra Obler, and Isabella Sodner. We appreciate you guys. Definitely a job I wouldn't want to do, but you guys do an excellent job. Lucky to have you guys. And big shout out to our sponsors as well. Thank you guys. All this is possible because of you, financially or even just volunteering. We appreciate it. And hopefully continue into the basketball season. We got another game tomorrow night. and see where things go.
Yeah, absolutely. And just an update on some of those upcoming events here. So tomorrow night it is volleyball here in Hoven against North Central. One game, that's a 5 o'clock start. The Oral and Terp local contest is going to be on Friday. That starts at 11 o'clock. So feel free to come in and watch those performances. I know the kids have been working hard on that. The Trunk or Treat event this Friday for the kids. I know we've got quite a few people signed up to participate in that. That's sponsored or put on by the Student Council and the FFA programs. So come out and support those programs. A fun event there as we get closer to Halloween. We wish Danica Kaup the best of luck to this weekend as she gets ready as a senior to participate in her last state cross-country meet. There will be a send-off for her on Friday. It says time is to be announced, so make sure you check the social media pages, the website, if you want to come and send Danica off to cross-country. In fact, I'm not so sure. They might be leaving on Thursday even, so we'll try to get that out there for you if you want to come and wish her well, or if you just see her, wish her good luck this weekend. Congratulations again to Alex Luter, who wrapped up his cross-country season with a 5th place finish in JV last week and has had a really good season. Otherwise, next week we just have the one event left for sports. That's going to be October 30th, next Thursday. The girls will finish their season as they head to Mobridge for 2 games, one at 5 and one at 6 o'clock. So you have one last chance to see the Lady Greyhounds after tomorrow. If you are willing to make the drive up to Mobridge, I'm sure they would love to hear you in the stands and send them out on a high note here as they wrap up the season. And also, end of next week, we do have all the All-State Choir will be participating in Sioux Falls. So that wraps up the month of October. So, Jordan, any last thoughts before we wrap it up?
I'm just happy to be here, and it was a great ride, and I appreciate it. I'm really proud of these girls, really proud of all the activities that we've been able to broadcast. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm going to go home and hope for the Mariners win tonight.
I'm with you. Yeah, the baseball fans, Game 7 in the ALCS going on right now, so World Series starting next week, and yeah, it sure would be nice to see those Mariners get to the first World Series in their team's history. So with that, just a real quick recap here for our 2 games tonight. The middle school game went in favor of Strasburg-Zeeland, winning game 1 25-17, second game 25-6. And for the JV contest, the Lady Greyhounds came out strong, winning game 1 25-22, falling in game 2 25-18, and then unfortunately also in game 3 by a score of 15-2. So certainly thank you to all the sponsors that make this possible, all the people at Live Ticket, Jody and Caleb and Troy and all the group there that make this possible for us. We certainly appreciate all your efforts. Joni Abler, the athletic director, for all the work that she does, especially with Parents' Night going on, a little bit of extra moving parts for that. So, but certainly thank you to Jordan Heimiller for joining us on the broadcast this year. Christian Collins running the camera, and I don't know for sure if Skylar Sorensen will be able to join us tomorrow night either, but he's put in a lot of work this year doing the public address out at the football games and run the computer for us here. So it does take a team, and you know, we really enjoy this opportunity to bring you the Greyhound sports. So hopefully you enjoy taking those in as well, and certainly if you do get a chance to see any of these individuals or to thank our sponsors, support their businesses, you know, there is a lot that goes into making these broadcasts possible. So with that, again, the Lady Greyhounds fall tonight 2-1 to the visiting Lady Clippers. We'll be back in action tomorrow night as they host the North Central Thunder for our last home contest of the year. So with that, Mike Hobart with Jordan Heimler, Christian Collins signing off tonight. Good luck and good night, and go Greyhounds.